say who you are and who you're playing.
I'm Jonathan. I'm playing Deckard Blackthorn, a wildborn human warrior called the Slayer.
I'm Kim, and I'm playing Mazy, a wildborn fungal druid warden of renewal.
Yay! Okay.
I'm Andy, and I'm playing Raska Shelska, Seaborn Galloper Rogue Nightwalker.
Ooh.
How am I supposed to vote?
I don't know if I'm going to keep that voice.
That was good.
I'm experimenting with
That was
I
pretty
like
good,
the
though.
voice.
Nightwalker. Dark Spider-Man.
Don't
Bring
say,
me Peter Pan.
I don't say blah, blah, blah.
Hey, I'm in character. I'm Dustin Hoffman now.
I'm there. I can feel the salty sea air.
Hi, I'm Regine, and I am playing Clarinda, Kiara, the loreborn, seemingly half-elf, half-human, divine wielder, Seraph.
You said seemingly, and it's like, that's part of your...
It's okay. It's fine. I don't think it'll pick up on her mic.
Pleasure.
What happened?
I messed
She
up.
farted.
Oh,
I did not.
You too?
Group part, everyone. Everyone.
All right, you're up.
Hi, hello, I am Ryan. I am playing Bubba. He's a Slyborn Ribbit, the wordsmith bard.
And I'm Matt. I'm the GM for the night. Okay, now that that's out of the way. Welcome to Raven's Keep, where a bunch of friends come together every week to run, dodge, fight, and survive on our Daggerheart campaign adventure. Come along with us on this week's episode as we journey into perilous situations, unforgettable moments, and companionship that will last a lifetime. This is Raven's Keep. Welcome to the planet of Katra, a diverse and well-developed planet for its young age. The year is 2095 AB. Although conflict still exists across the continents, there's not been a great war since the continent of Trock tried to overthrow the neighboring continent of Rawl nearly 100 years ago. Throughout the planet's history, there have been widespread conflicts that shook the lands into what they've become today. Before the arrival and development of modern civilizations, primitive creatures called tectonic elementals and dragons shifted from a peaceful coexistence to all-out war. After the thunderous disaster known as the Breach split the continents, neither creature has been seen since. Today, Katra is a thriving planet of many races and creatures, magics, and wonders. The dwarves build while the elves invent, and so goes on in the flow of life on Katra. Tonight, we find ourselves at the northern border of the continent known as Gamatica, the home of the dwarves. You're all on your way to the northern capital, city of Lettisteer, to finish a transportation and delivery mission by your current employer. Could I have everyone roll a d6 for me?
Ugh. It's not a good start.
All right, let's start here. Start
3.
with Mozzie. 3,
5.
5,
2.
2,
6.
6.
Hey,
We do need some dice.
any dice. I was late. My apologies.
Your tray seems a little light.
6.
Okay, can you two roll again for me?
4.
3.
Yo ho,
And you had a 5?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Clarinda. Who or what are you transporting to your employer?
Could it be some scrolls?
Scrolls?
Yeah.
Okay.
Important documents?
Deckard, why were you hired to go find these scrolls?
I was originally hired to slay the beasts guarding the scrolls.
Okay. So, as you all are on the cusp of your arrival in completing this mission, you see over the Iron Hills, Gamatica, the city of Lettuce-Deer. And deep within, we find a set of massive doors on which the craftsmanship is impeccable. Tells stories of battles past, cities and citadels raised in wood built and iron forged. Hammers, anvils, tools, and trades abound the tapestry of history told across these two massive oaken doors. A single dwarf stands patiently waiting inside. This dwarf is well dressed, like a noble. He stands in what looks like a cave at first glance, but a closer look would reveal the fine artistic details in the walls, pillars, and light fixtures that showcase the skills and pride at the hands of the North Gamatican dwarves. With a loud rumble, the doors begin to swing open as another dwarf walks through. This dwarf appears more militant than noble. Sir Quinlan, they've arrived. And with a nod, the two dwarves walk through the large open doors, exiting the throne room, through the dining hall, and finally to the entrance of Quinlan Castle. A towering natural rock formation carved into the home of the Quinlan folk, the royal family of Gamatica. Stepping out of your carriage to meet your host, you all arrive at the end of the task assigned to you by your latest employer, Vin Quinlan, the Prince of Gamatica. As he is walking towards you, he kind of signals a nod to a nearby guard. Welcome back to Gamatica. I trust your journey back was as fruitful as your first arrival was. You all must be weary, so I will respectfully make it brief. Do you have the items in question?
Yes.
You mean these items right here?
You hand over the scrolls?
I hand the scrolls.
And the heads of the beasts you requested?
Ah, I can see that you were eager to acquire your bonus.
Always am.
Yeah, next time try something a little harder for us. Give us a little bit of a challenge if you could. Be appreciated. Thank you.
I have no doubt that your reputation precedes you all, as told by the results. A guard comes over, collects the scrolls, picks up the heads, and walks off. A few moments later, the guard that he had signaled to arrives with ale and 5 bags, about, small bag size. As is customary among my people, we will toast to a job well completed. And they distribute the ales to you all. He raises his tankard, signifying you all to do the same, and then drinks the entirety of the ale brought to him.
Yeah.
I pour mine into Deckard's as soon as he's done emptying his.
Oh, thank you, my little weed.
I will now consider our transaction complete. I thank you for your skills and hope to work together again. This little problem of ours is not over. These scrolls left at the confines of this castle for a reason. I believe there is a thief in my house. I believe they were sent somewhere to be sold and guarded until such a time that whatever sale was complete.
Do you know who this thief is?
An investigation is underway, but
That
it's-
makes things a little bit more difficult then, don't it? Okay.
It's one of many problems we're facing here in North Gamatica. The goblins are out of control. They dig into our mines. They assault our workers. They steal our gems. They're causing cave-ins. So as you can imagine, safety and theft now are a part of what we have to deal with. But for now, you are all welcome in my halls at any time. Until then, the charge will escort you to the port. The charge is the law enforcement on Grammatica. Is there anything else you guys would like to do on your way to the docks at the northern border of Grammatica?
Mazy is going to be eager to get out of the hole because she likes to be in the sun and she feels like it's too stifling in there.
Yes, the Grammatican landscape is not your favorite. It's jagged rock. It's perfect for the dwarves, not so much for fungrals or lichens.
Yeah.
So, if you're all ready, the charge escorts you out of the castle, heading north to the shores along the channel that splits the continents of Stheria and Grammatica, where your boat awaits to take you to Stheria, where you have business waiting for you.
Yeah.
As you all pile onto your boat, Raska, could you please describe yourself and the name of your boat, please?
Well, Raska's sitting about, what was it, like 5'10", about roughly for a galloping. Dressed in, say your typical pirate garb, but he's got a little different. He's got the the tricorn hat, and he's got the kind of got a leather jacket and some belts like in various places across his chest and around his waist to hold different things. He doesn't have much with. He keeps his sleeves. He's sleeveless, so we can get rid of the coat and the cape that adorns his back and over his shell. But he's got this mechanism that retracts the cape when necessary.
Amazing.
And he's got operating to where it like kind of goes into his shell. He's got some hollow parts in the back there due to various experiences that left him wounded and scarred in certain places. Think of what else. He's got his cutlass and dagger at his side. And his boat is the Crimson Shell Scar, I believe. So we got that. Not much to look at, honestly. It's only for, a few people at best, but it gets by. It's enough for Raska to navigate and steer the ship, because honestly, if you had a larger ship, you need more people, so. Oh, and he also has a bandana over his head and the cap on top.
Beautiful. So, sailing away from the Grammatican border, you have calm waters ahead as the next few hours will be sent sailing across the channel. This is a good time to talk about the mission you all just completed and chat about how it went. The boat is yours.
D-Man, I think you did a great job taking the heads off them beasts.
You did a great job of distracting them.
That's kind of my thing, so I appreciate that.
Maybe next time we shouldn't say that it was so easy, though.
Was it not?
I mean,
Look at us. Could it have been harder?
I don't know, but I worry that then they're not going to pay us as much.
Well, they'll pay our fee. The better we get, our fee increases. And if they want us badly enough, comes the prize.
Get more booty.
That's right, Shelley. More booty.
All the booty.
So is this how these things tend to go?
Well, well, not every time. I've known a couple ton of people. I don't know. Sometimes they don't make it back from stuff like this.
Oh my.
Typically in my line of work, I always make it back because I'm me, but
Yeah, but
there are dangerous things out here, and if you know the danger of them, you know your worth.
Clarinda opens her notebook and just starts scribbling very feverishly.
Amazing.
What are you doing there?
I'm writing notes.
Oh.
It's important for me to document these travels.
Interesting.
Looks like you got a lot of notes there. You been doing this for a while?
Well, yes, this is my research. You see.
Yeah, okay. Smarty pants.
Oi, Wade. You did a very good job tripping those beasts up. Very, very nicely done.
Oh, shucks. I just like to be involved. This has been fun. I've never seen so much of the world before.
I understand that. I haven't seen much of the world either.
You don't say.
What does that mean?
Oh, nothing. We're glad that you're with us. That's all I can say. I appreciate you being here.
Okay.
I've come to learn that your culture doesn't actually believe that when you say it.
I believe we call it sarcasm.
Attaboy, Shelley. You're catching on quick.
Oh, we had a few people in our crew that were very sarcastic.
What happened to him?
They're still there. Going and pillaging and looting and traveling the world and whatnot.
I see.
You're saying nothing bad happens to those that use sarcasm? Sign me up. I'm gonna keep using it then. Until y'all get sick of it.
Raska, as you look across the boat, laughing at Bubba, we're transported some months back to a large, loud, rowdy pub that surrounds you as you sit and wait for your captain to arrive. A full tankard of ale sits untouched in front of you as your uncertainty about the road ahead outweighs your desire to have any sort of refreshment. What in the... Oh, I get one too? Mm-hmm. Okay. This is amazing.
I like how your name's in here like 28 times.
Yeah, that's par for the course.
That's funny.
Yeah. We're just generally pirates, so in case we ever sing a sea shanty later on, you know.
I'm
That's
so
that's
I'm
going
so
to
glad
happen.
that is already prepared.
This is going to happen.
Yes. Oh, yes.
All right, guys, get ready to practice now.
I love that it's collated. That makes me so happy.
Oh my goodness.
So, amazing. As you sit there waiting,
That's pretty cool.
a few fellow seafarers walk by and nod respectfully to you, as your reputation at the Briny Boot is a good one. A few moments later, the double doors swing open, as Captain Thundergut Redjaw enters and immediately commands the attention of his presence just by being in the room. Someone quickly comes to bring him an ale. What is your relationship like with your captain at this time?
Very much a Redjaw is very much the father figure in his life since he didn't have it for the longest time. So it was very much a respect and a mentorship there, and I feel like Redjaw is accepting of people and of any shape and size. He's very laid back, but he's also he commands a respect due to his good nature and his willingness to accept anybody.
Indeed, you as you look around the room when he enters, it's immediately apparent. Your captain is very well known here, well respected, and rightfully feared in a good way.
Right. Yep.
In a place like this, that's a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
He takes a big glug of the ale and approaches you at your table, but doesn't sit down. Raska, it's time. Are your affairs in order?
Yeah, I think they are, Captain.
Best we go, then. I'll walk with you for a while.
Okay.
So the two of you walk out of the briny boot into the open, salty sea air, and he just brings the ale with him.
Yeah.
Briny boot, tankard and all. You walk out of the briny boot into the open, salty sea air of the island of Tarega. So, how are you feeling?
A little nervous, perhaps, but excited for the new adventure that's waiting before me.
That's good. Tells me you're still human, in a way. Human with a shell.
I appreciate the sentiment.
I know that there's a lot of unknown out there, and such as the seas. That you are no stranger to. But I think you have an opportunity to experience the lands beyond the seas. And discover them and discover yourself. If not now, when? Such is the motto of our ship. So, I've got a boat ready for you and available down at the docks to take you to the continent of Stheria. I know we haven't sailed to that side of Keitra very much, but I think it'd be a good place to start your journey. One more thing, Raska.
What's
And
that?
he reaches into his thick, layered coat, and he pulls out what looks like a skeleton hand from wrist up. I can't explain it to you now. Keep this on you. You'll know when you need it, but don't use it yet. Don't break it. Don't let it off you. And he hands you the skeleton hand.
As you wish, Captain. Keep it as my treasure.
I hope it goes without saying that you're welcome back to the island at any time. But, don't come back too soon.
I appreciate it.
And as with all seafarers, there's kind of like a top layer of aggression to pretty much everything they say. But you know this man well enough by now that him telling you not to come back too soon is very much a statement of trust in you, in your capabilities, and in your follow through with what he believes you need to do for yourself. But also, it's a statement of affection, saying, "Go, do your best. This is going to be the best for you. And when you come back, I want to see that growth in you." So very, very fatherly.
Right.
He's the kind of man that says very few things, but says a lot in them. So unless there's anything else you want to say or do, you guys have a hearty handshake. And as you depart from your captain, you kind of walk off toward the docks, looking ahead into infinite possibilities. One of which is in the form of a voice you typically don't hear on Tarega. Someone nearby is trying to secure passage to this Stheria. And as you approach the docks closer, the voice gets a little closer, more present. Maybe this is an opportunity to secure a bit of coin to kick off your travels. Maybe it's a new friend to make along the way. Not only is this someone going to the same place that you're going, but you think you hear him mention a name that nobody else here should know. Someone you have history with. A very dangerous someone whose name should not be thrown around like this. The next move is yours.
What did I heard a name that sounded very familiar there. Who's that you were mentioning?
Hey, son, are you talking to me now?
Oh, I believe I am, my fine fellow.
Well, how do you do, my friend? Well, pleasure to meet you, Turtle Man. Yeah, well, if you heard what I said, I'm trying to get passage across this body of water right here. I'm trying to get to Stheria. Can you help me out with that?
Well, it's a coincidence. I'm traveling there myself on a voyage. Are you,
Sounds fantastic. I mean, hey, it's meant to be, it's meant to be. Can you do that for me? Come on.
Oh, I can, but, gotta be careful around these parts. There's some very dangerous things around. We have to, keep our eyes about you, as you will.
What you mean?
Takes out a dagger and he, like, throws it right past his shoulder to pierce a scorpion that was, like, right near him.
That's sick.
So, you know, keep your eyes and wits
Well,
about
you'll
you.
come in handy then. And you mentioned something about a name that I was saying earlier.
Yes.
You've heard that name before.
Yes. He's been, notorious in chasing our crew about.
Has he?
Yes.
You know where he is? Whereabouts, perchance?
I hope not. He's, been dangerous in trying to take down our captain and take down our ship. Put us in the gallows.
Okay, well, it's important. I need you to understand this, first and foremost. Like, I don't really care where we go. I heard that he was in Stheria, so that's where I wanted to go. But if you don't think he's there, all I really want to do is just get there.
Well,
I need to
honestly,
get to him, because let me tell you,
is he after
Deckard-
you too?
Deckard's someone that I need to find.
Oh. That was not the one I was thinking of. But I have a...
He's the one I need. He's the
Now,
one. So,
Now, it's
but you know who Deckard is, though, right?
yeah, yes. Now,
Yeah, you know who that person is. That's important.
sorry, I was drinking the ale. I got a little in my head there.
Are you okay to ship and drink? Drink and
Yes.
ship? Okay.
Now, I need a designated helmsman here.
I'll be your helmsman. Just give me the helms off this island.
Yes, Captain brought him on ship after we saw him passed out on the shore one day, and took him along with us on an adventure or two before he went on his way.
Okay, so he's not here on this island.
He is not on this island.
That's what I thought. He's in Stheria.
He is in Stheria.
That's what I thought. Okay,
Yar.
we made our way around this conversation exactly the place where I needed it to end.
I'm glad we're on the same page then.
I feel like you owe me passage now at this point for wasting my time.
You've got some sass about you. I like that.
You ain't seen nothing yet, my friend. I'm gonna call you Shelly, because I like that shell.
What's your name?
My name's Bubba. Well, it's Tad, but people just call me Bubba. Please just call me Bubba. Don't call me Tad. I don't know
Then
why I
I'll call
told
you
my first name.
Bubba. Okay.
And also don't call me late for supper either. Okay. Never missed a meal in my entire life. What's your name, feller?
My name's Raska. Raska Shellscar.
Raska.
Feared above the seas.
Feared. I believe you. No, trust me, I believe you. Yeah, you got. I'm scared of you right now.
Just because I'm a turtle man doesn't mean I can strike fear into the hearts of opponents.
It doesn't hurt, right? Okay, but I am gonna call you Shelly.
I think I see a kinship about us here with
I see that
being
too.
fellow cold-blooded creatures and all.
I like that.
Yes.
I find myself attracted to the amphibious reptile nature of other creatures. That's what I appreciate about you, son.
Well,
We're gonna get along just fine, Shelly. You and me and you.
You have everything you need before we go on this voyage.
Everything I have is on me currently.
Oh, okay then. Then we have similar low baggage.
Yeah.
All right,
Low baggage.
low baggage. Let's get on this.
As far as, personal belongings are concerned, not about past, we don't gonna get into okay. Let's go.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was just saying he kicks the
the what do you call it? The plank to the boards. Yeah, to get on the Crimson Shell Scar.
It's a fine vessel you have here, brother.
Enough to get us from here to where are we going again?
Stheria. You've got to be kidding me.
Stheria.
You've got to be kidding me.
See, I've been traveling the seas for so long, I've never traveled the lands before.
You've been traveling the sea so long, your mind has turned into a fish's mind. Short-term memory loss, perchance. Is that what it is?
Nah.
Okay.
I like eating fish, though.
You know how to get there, right?
Oh, yes. Captain showed me how to go there from, to go in the seas and about. So.
Okay. All right. Is there supposed to be water in this boat?
Well, Captain didn't say that he was going to give us the finest vessel in all the land, but, we might have to...
If I put my finger in it, it stops water from coming in. I'm just going to do this the entire time.
Yeah, you do that. That'd
Okay.
be great. All right.
I feel useful.
I got me first crewmate.
Bubba, as you plug the leak, can you please describe yourself?
Sure, yeah, absolutely. Bubba, him being a ribbit, he's just a frog man. Growing up in the lands of Bagmere, he's a swampiness area, right? So a little backwoods about him. His clothes are handmade. They fit real tight to his body, but there's some tears and some patches. If you can fix something, he gonna fix it. So he put them patches on there, stretch it out. Whereas, the pants he's wearing used to be pants, but they're torn off right above his knee. His skin is that of a beautiful mossy oak. He can blend in with his environment whenever he needs to. He wears a handmade straw hat that comes down just perching right above his bulbous frog eyes. Every time he blinks, that kind of hat moves down a little bit. Looks like it's dancing. He's got himself a walking stick, or a walking cane, as I like to call it. And on his hip, there's a belt that's fashioned with a sleek, slender dagger. That's what he primarily uses. But above all else, he's just a frog.
Amazing. As the two of you head out into open waters, we find ourselves once again transported just a few weeks back to the land of mud and swamps. Long reeds, small crooked houses on sticks. A group of flies circles around a dead slug, resting along the marshes in the town of Wetland. On the continent, a Bagmere. A tongue shoots in and snatches one of the flies, and as the fly becomes lunch, we're treated to the sound of a soothing banjo playing on the breeze. A rustic wooden rocking chair sways back and forth on an open porch overlooking the marshland ahead, as Tad Polar, known as Bubba, to those who've had the pleasure of his company, enjoys his newly caught lunch. You hear a creak in the floorboards of your porch as another ribbit approaches. Well, howdy there, Bubba. Fine afternoon, eh?
Well, good evening to you too.
Bubba, who's this person and what's your relationship to them?
How far back are we going?
This is a couple weeks before you met Raska.
A couple of weeks.
Well, closer to like a week and a half.
I don't think it's Jimbo.
Jimbo.
Is this supposed to be somebody?
No.
Okay, it's literally anybody.
Anybody you want it to be?
Well, afternoon, Jimbo. It is a swell evening. Jimbo, did you end up making it back from the market all right with all that things your mama asked for?
Oh yes. Well, it was a heavy load, but I managed to drag it through the mud just fine. I made a makeshift a stick and branch sled that I managed to haul along behind me with the stuff on it. So I made it back from the market just fine. Answer your question.
Jimbo, you know that buggies exist, right?
Oh yeah, well,
Come on.
Can't afford none of that here, miss.
Oh, we could have made you. We could have fixed you up one, son. It's not that big of a deal.
Oh,
Hey,
yes.
next time, Mama asks you to go to the store for her, let me know, okay? I'll get you something ready for you. It'll make your life 10 times easier, I promise. You ain't gotta drag no stuff through the mud.
Well, I appreciate that fine courtesy, Bubba, but it's not exactly the first shed I've wheeled up in here. It's just fine. Reminds me that I'm alive, you see.
I understand that. Life's worth having some challenges. Makes you understand what's worth living for. doesn't it?
Well, and the only challenge I'm interested in is getting the market wares back all in one piece.
Well, I commend you for your effort, my friend.
Well,
And
now,
you've done a good service.
It kind of brings me to my point here, Bubba. I hear tell rumor about you leaving. You sure that's such a good idea? It's none of my business.
Well, you heard right, Jimbo. It seems like my days are numbered here in the wetlands.
You're dying, Bubba. Does
Did I
that mean-
say I was dying,
You said
Jimbo?
your days are numbered.
Days are
Bubba.
numbered here in wetlands. Let me finish my sentence before you cut me off, my man.
I can't bury another friend, Bubba.
You're not gonna bury me, cause listen.
You're getting cremated.
If I'm lucky. If I'm lucky, I won't be here at all when that happens, okay?
You always said you wanted to go
Listen.
down in a hail of marsh fire. So
They can be quite serious. Listen, Bubba. Oh, listen, Jimbo. I am Bubba.
how many bottles you emptied here, dude?
We just look the same. Sometimes I figure that you look like me, I look like you. We could be the same person.
It's true. The only thing that separates us is my tick.
And like one of his eyes just like closes and opens real slow. Just as he stares at you.
Staring off in the distance.
What?
Listen, I do gotta go. I gotta leave the wetlands. I gotta leave Bagamere altogether. I'm in search of someone who could help me solve a problem that I have seemed to come across.
There's nothing that I can't help out with, Bubba. I got the sled
Actually,
ready to go.
you've got the sled. If you had a sled, Jimbo, you would have used that for your goods. You see why I didn't ask you to help me out with this problem?
I did. I built
You
the sled.
imbecile son of a gun, I swear.
I built it on my way back.
Look at me, Jimbo.
Oh no.
I need you to promise me one thing right now. Okay? I need you to keep your mouth shut about me leaving. I know word's already spread around town, but
there's
this
12 people that live here. How are they gonna know?
yeah, it
it's
spread like
gone?
wildfire, didn't it?
Someone's gonna notice.
That may be true.
Maybe I could build like a straw Bubba.
Do you think you could do that for
Like
me?
a hey Bubba. Like I'll just come by and say, hey Bubba. And I won't be lying, because I'll be talking to hey Bubba.
I think that's a great idea, Jimbo. And I'll even help you get started. I got some hay in the back of my house right here. Look.
Well, hey.
Well, hey. Well, hey.
I think that's just a mighty fine plan. I support it now. If you're ready to go, you can go. I can start the project right away.
Go for it. Go for it. Go for it. Don't let me stop you. But I will be leaving here pretty soon, and I need you to do me a favor, Jimbo.
Anything you need.
Anything. I need you to look after my cat.
Is that what that thing is?
I'm gone.
I've been wondering all these 23 years.
You
what
wouldn't
in the world
expect it.
that thing's been.
It's got no hair.
I thought that was a rat.
Is it a rat?
Is it a cat? What's a cat?
I just heard about a cat sometime from somebody. I thought this could be the cat that I always
I
wanted.
thought you said you were taking your crap.
Oh no! It is a rat! I had a pet rat this entire time.
All right. We gotta figure this out because you gotta hit the road. I'm gonna work on Hey Bubba, and I'm gonna shoot the rat, and then I'll distract everybody with dinner
Okay.
from the rat.
But listen, call it a cat though, because it only knows that it is a cat. It don't know that it's a rat. If you call it a rat, it might end up leaving. I don't want to leave.
If there's one thing we know about the people around here, they much rather eat a cat than a rat. So, I'll just tell them a cat's kind of like a... What should I tell them a cat is?
Let's just forget the whole thing.
Okay, I need a plan.
How about this? I'm gonna leave right now.
What do I do?
Whatever the hell you want, I'm gone, Jimbo. I got my stick, I got my knife, I've got the clothes that I'm wearing. There's flies all around, I'm gonna be just fine. I'll see you sometime later, probably.
All right, well, don't be gone too long because Mama's got her wares and usually about sunrise time she needs help stocking the shelves. So if you're going to be back by tomorrow morning, that'd be great. That'd be just fine.
I'll be back by tomorrow morning, Jimbo.
Wonderful.
Yeah,
well,
just
then
for you
I'll
and
just-
your mama.
I'll just make sure Hey Bubba doesn't blow away.
Okay.
I'll tie him to something.
Time to the front porch.
But I can't tie him around his neck because that'll look like somebody hung you.
That sounds like an issue, not an ish me. You're gonna figure. You're gonna.
That's too much.
You're gonna figure it out.
All right.
I know it. I know it.
Well,
I'm gonna leave now, though.
if you have confidence in me, then I'll have confidence in me. So
I got the utmost confidence in you, Jimbo.
well. I suppose I'll leave you to your travels.
I appreciate that.
What do you want me to tell the family?
Just tell him that something came up.
Well, I'll tell you know what? I tell them to swing by and just wave to you. Don't talk to you because maybe you got like a disease. Hey, Bubba, not too talkative today. Just go by and say, hey, Bubba, and keep walking. Or maybe I'll just tell them keep stepping. So that'd be just fine. That'd be just
That
fine.
sounds like a plan. I approve. I approve that message, and we're going. You let me know how that turns out, okay?
How?
When I, God, because when I come back,
I don't know where you're
you see,
going.
when I come back,
I can't send a link.
when I come back, you're gonna tell me all about it.
All right, man. I'll write it down.
Okay.
I'll write all down what
I
happened.
find that hard to believe, considering you ain't know how to write.
Why speak it to us? I'll tell it to Hey Bubba.
It's talk to text. It's perfect.
I think we can figure it out. I write it down somehow. So, well, I'm gonna get to fixing up the Hey Bubba. Do you have a spare hat? We have to sell the illusion.
Yeah, there should be one inside my domicile, right next to my bed, hanging up on the wall.
Is that your house? Is it what?
Domicile?
Is that the disease I'm gonna tell them you have?
Yes, it is.
That's smart. I think that's real smart. That's real good. That's a big word. No, I'm gonna ask you. No one's gonna ask
I ain't
you.
gonna never know what that
No,
is.
they're never gonna dig down.
You
to
hear that? Hey, Bubba got that domicile?
He got a bad case.
You see how
caught the
green he turned
domicile.
over the past couple of
He
days?
caught it. He caught it bad. It blew over from Trock, so it's a domicile. So I tell them they ain't gonna dig down to the middle of that one. No, it'll be just fine. All right, Bubba. Well, I'm gonna let you to it. I'm gonna start working on the Hey You.
I doubt it. But all right, I'm gonna leave anyways, though.
Well, I see y'all later.
See you later, too, there, Jimbo.
What do you do?
You take care of yourself
What are
now.
you doing there? Your eye okay? If you are coming down with something, maybe you shouldn't leave.
I refuse to answer that question.
Well, all right.
Bubba just hops away, quick as hell. He's just bouncing.
So as you leave this guy, he just kind of gets to it.
He starts gathering your hay and your hat. You grab a nearby walking stick and tie a red and white polka dotted bag to the end of it, containing some belongings to take with you. And as you throw the stick and bag over your shoulder, what's going through your mind as you set out on the journey ahead?
I have never left my home before, so you could say that I'm a little bit nervous. I'm very, very nervous. I hide it pretty well, but, you know, I hide my anxiousness and fear with humor. So, you're not gonna hear from me, but we'll see how this goes. I only got one shot at this, so I gotta make it worth it. And I'm not gonna give up until I make it.
And with a sense of nervous determination, you set off, and after a couple of days of on-foot travel to the west, passing Muddy Waters Lake, you take the long way around to avoid the Swamp of Despair. You trudge through the Sunken Roots Forest, and eventually arrive at the border of Bagomere Bog, the furthest you've ever been from your home in Wetland. Standing strong and feeling brave, you take your first webbed step beyond the bog and into your future.
The furthest I've ever been from home.
You look down over the hill. You can already see the water's edge. And as you enter the town of Logland, it is here you need to secure passage from Bagomere. How do you go about doing that?
Well, I hold out my hand with my thumb up. Bubba's just waiting for someone to notice.
Where are you in Logland, or are you up on the docks? Like, are you at the water?
I'm up on the docks, yeah, I'm by the water.
Okay.
I'm trying to hitch a boat ride.
You hear off in the distance the sound of a bell. It rings off in the air. And you look over and you see what looks like it's a respectable little boat. It's definitely designed for utility use, not passenger travel. The one thing you know about Logland is that the economy there is basically surviving and thriving on the one source of employment, which is right across the channel, which is called Brute's Canal, is the continent of Trock. It is a prison state, mostly worked by orcs, dwarves, argentors, larger, more brutish type characters. It's basically a giant working prison of a couple of different kind of city-states throughout. And the primary source of employment in Logland is basically to process if you want to call it food, to feed the inmates and send it across the canal. That's their source of income, and that's what they do for a living. It's basically scrap food that they process into like little packaged like square meals.
It's spam.
It's basically spam.
I love spam.
Or if you've ever had Scrapple.
I've had Scrabble. I love Scrabble.
Oh, bro.
Spam and Scrabble
good.
is so good.
No.
So good.
I love
It's
Scrabble.
so good.
We're
good.
we're all in good company here. I love it.
Must be country folk.
I am alone. You've
Shucks.
never had it, have you?
It's delicious.
Never had
Well,
it.
it's very good.
Don't read the ingredients.
No, I mean that's
The only time I've
those
ever come in
things.
contact with this stuff was during a game of Fear Factor, where I made a gross pizza, and I used Scrapple. That gives you
I
an
need
idea
it.
of what it is.
It's not bad. Fried up with some eggs on some toast. Oh yeah.
Next
Yeah.
cabin
There's some
trip,
hot
I'll
sauce on
work
there.
myself
Oh,
up
yeah.
to it.
Oh yeah.
So
Go repair, Matt. Eat your Scrabble.
the boat kind of comes to a slowed stop, and they're loading it with crates of this food that they're going to send over to Trock. If you'd like, you can try to secure. I will say this: one of the deckhands kind of notices you standing there with your thumb out, with boats kind of just going up and down the canal. You need something, buddy.
Yeah, I'm trying to just leave. It seems like you're leaving. Let me tag along.
Well, a boat's not really meant for passengers, buddy. we send food across the canal, but
But you're in the boat,
that's true.
so why can't I be in the boat?
That's true.
Let me in the boat.
Grab a crate.
Yes, sir, I will.
Well, alrighty then. I'm JJ.
I'm Bubba. Pleasure to meet you, JJ.
Oh, welcome aboard.
Yes, sir. Where are we heading?
You just crossed the canal.
Okay. I didn't mention where I needed to get
Where
to.
you
I just
tra-
said I needed to leave. So
Where you trying to go?
just away from here. West would be nice. You're heading west?
Yeah.
You're my best friend,
just
JJ.
a-
Come on.
Just a bit. Till
That's
we
all right.
hit the land.
That's what happens. Sometime.
Let's go.
All right. Appreciate you.
So you help load up some of this food. You do have to make a pit stop at Trock. You have to help unload. But if you do so, maybe he shares a handful of gold for you.
Does he? Because I
Do
help.
you help unload?
Absolutely, I help him unload. What kind of a frog would I be if I didn't help out someone who helped me out?
Well, this is going about twice as fast with the two of us.
You know, more hands make less work, friend.
That's good. That'll be my next tattoo. So where to next? This is fun. Let's keep it going.
Well, can you? How far west can you take me? Because I need to get to Stheria.
I never been there. I never been far off Bagmere. I didn't know any of us ever left.
Well, how far can this thing go?
Well, until it hits something. If we're on water, we're usually fine. That's the reputation I try to uphold in this here vessel. So
That's great news.
let's do it.
That's great news.
Let's go.
Okay. I genuinely don't know what to say to that. I just,
He grabs.
yeah, let's go. I'm okay with that. Let's go.
He grabs the gold. Provides you with a handful.
I appreciate you, friend.
So add that to your sheet. He the voyage is relatively uneventful. However, you have to go north, taking the Brutes Canal all the way up the northern route, around the neighboring continent of Trock and south into the Psionic Sea. Basically, as far as this guy will kind of go, you kind of notice he's starting to freak out a little bit. You got to understand that the water between Stheria and Trock, that kind of separation of landmass, that's really big.
Yeah, well, it's an ocean.
As soon as he is unable to see a coastline, he starts freaking out. He starts getting very nervous.
Oh, come on, JJ. Nothing to be ashamed of, man. We're going to get there. Come on.
Well, I don't know. Is there land anymore? I think we've run out.
You've run out of land? What do you think happens when you run out of land?
I don't know.
You fall off the edge.
Oh, crap. Should we turn around?
We spent, with all due respect, JJ, we spent too much time on this boat as it is right now getting to where I needed to go to turn back now. Are you a quitter?
I'm becoming one.
Well, I'm on... Okay, alright. JJ, God. I appreciate you, JJ, but I'm gonna need you to just... Where can you drop me off? Alright, the next point of land we see, what if we just keep heading south a little bit? And then if we find out some land, if we head down south, find some land, why don't we do that? Stay kind of close, but keep heading south.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna do that. It's all just water. So, how do we know we're south?
You ain't got a compass?
Oh yeah. That's what that does. I only ever just go across the canal and back. That's one. That's two.
What
That's left.
What ancestry is JJ?
Right.
What is JJ?
Oh, he's a Bubba. He's a
ribbit.
He's a ribbit.
He's a ribbit also?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why there was like an instant like
Got it,
no
okay.
defense kinship.
Bubba jumps out of the boat.
Where are you going?
South.
There's no
Zach.
land.
Hey, we're waiting for
Bubba jumps out of the boat and he just starts swimming. He can breathe underwater. So
Well,
he's
I'll
just gonna
see you there then, and he's gonna like try to follow you.
we get close, we get close and I guess after a while
You land yourself exhausted
Yeah.
on.
I come up out of the sea, panting. Well, I breathe underwater, so I don't think I'd be panting, but my arms are tired, right?
Very tired.
I'm just like trying to like push myself up out of the water. I see JJ on his boat still about behind me. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. You knew where to go the entire time.
We made it! This is great!
All right, well, we made it, but I'm gonna need you to head back now. You got that delivery to take care of, don't you?
We dropped it all off.
You gotta make another one. You can't
Well,
survive the rest of your life off that one delivery.
Well, sure.
JJ, you gotta get back. Right now. JJ, you gotta get back right now.
All right. You gonna be okay here? Where's here? What is this?
I'm not quite sure. I ain't been. This is the furthest I've ever been from home.
Me too. I thought we here run out of land. This is a great discovery. We might be the first that's ever been here. And there's people everywhere.
But it looks like there's some fine folks here that can help me out and hopefully get me to where I need to be. So I'm gonna go ahead and need you to get back home. Your family's worried about
How
you.
you gonna get back home without a boat?
I'll make do. I found you, didn't I?
I'd like to think we
JJ!
found each other. You know, we spent a lot of time on those waters.
I'm gonna give you your money back just for you to leave.
You don't have to do that.
I don't have to, but I really want to. I need you to leave. I need you to get back home quick, cause your family. You got a family.
Well, yeah.
They
most
miss you.
Most of Bagamir's family.
Right.
Ugh.
Get back. Correct, Andy.
Where should I tell him you are?
Where should I tell him I am?
Where should you? Where's? Who we telling what about what? Who?
feel like
You
this
go
is the
find
first
Jimbo
breakup
and
of the
say,
campaign.
you know Jimbo.
I know about 17
I regret
or so.
I
names.
regret asking that question.
I'll find a Jimbo.
You go.
Hope it's the right one.
You go. I'll make it better. You go to the wetlands, all right? You find Jimbo. You say, hey, where's Bubba? And he's gonna point you to where I am. I need you to tell him like, he's good. I saw him. I dropped him off. He's good to go now. Everything's fine with Bubba because he was with me the entire time. And he's gonna say, boy, there's Bubba right there on the front porch. Don't fall for the trap.
All right.
He's dumb as rocks.
He's gonna trap me.
He's gonna tell you that I got domicile, but I need you to understand something.
Oh, that sounds very painful and leaky.
Oh,
It's not as bad as you think it is. It's actually quite nice.
Oh, all right.
Will you do this for me, please, JJ?
It will be my undying task.
I'm gonna give you your gold back for helping me get this far. And I need you to get back to Bagamere.
Well, all right.
I appreciate you.
I'm gonna do that.
Safe travels.
All right. And as he starts to head toward the wheel, he stops and turns. One more thing. He flings a coin your way, but it falls short and just goes into the ocean. For our friendship. And he just turns with a flourish back to the wheel and sails off. And I'd like to sidebar that
JJ is the man. I'm writing that down right now. Underline.
we see him arrive
He's
at
the man.
Bagamere. First rivet to sport a beard. Walks through Logland. And it's like a cross-dissolve montage of him trudging through Bagamere to get to Wetland. He arrives dirty, torn, tattered, and exhausted.
JJ and Jimbo about to have a conversation.
Yells across to Jimbo. Who is this?
Jimbo.
Jimbo. yells across, "Are you Jim Bob?" "Yeah, I'm one of them." And he said, I was with Bubba. I took him across the ocean. He's fine. Last I saw." And Jim Bob?
Jim Bob.
Jim Bob's gonna, "Well, I don't know what you're talking about. He's right up there, so that must have been somebody else." And JJ's gonna look up at the porch. "Oh! Well, hey, Bubba!" "That's what you're supposed to say." It worked. And JJ's gonna walk off. "Well, I don't know who I drove across the ocean, but I guess they're both okay. So I'm back to the boat." And the two part ways, never to see each other again. You stand to look ahead to where you've landed, onto the pirate island of Terega. What would be the first thing you do upon your arrival?
Oh, Bubba needs him a drink. It's been a long voyage. And he needs something. So you go he finds a, restaurant, bar, dive bar if they got one.
So the primary dock on Terega is really close to the Briny Boot. It's the biggest pub on the island. It is like where all the pirates go. Huge establishment, always busy and rowdy. And it's right off the docks.
Perfect.
So you're able to find that really fast. Spend some of your newfound coin on some refreshments.
I gave it back to him.
That's true. You should have a handful or so. You have enough.
Yeah.
You have enough to do what you got to do.
Okay.
Grab a drink, maybe a little bit of grub.
Literally.
A literal grub off the floor.
Come on! I love insects. I'm a frog.
After you rest up a little bit, you head off into the island to try to secure passage onto Stheria from Terega. And you approach a couple gentlemen who, if Raska was there, would have known these are not approachable guys. What is your approach to these guys? And I will say, let's paint the picture. They're near the docks. Everything here is kind of near the docks. It's a huge port. They're kind of leaning against the posts near the docks, not too far from their own ship. And they're kind of like, just like kind of doing like not nice guy things, chewing on toothpicks and tossing a pocket knife up in the air, you know. But you know what? You have... Yeah, it's synchronized snapping. Yeah, the whole bit. The whole nine. What are your instincts telling you in this moment? Do you approach or do you not?
100% immediately I approach. I walk up. Well, gentlemen, good afternoon to y'all good fine gentlemen boys. How y'all doing this fine afternoon?
Now, what is this thing?
You ain't never seen a frog before.
Now, the ones I step on. What do you want?
Pleasure. Yeah. Quick question for you, and I'd like you to be as honest as you possibly could. Would you by happen chance have passage across the sea to Stheria? Could you get me there?
Do you hear that, boys? He wants honesty and passage.
Of course. Everyone should be honest, isn't that right?
Well, now, if I go handing out transport to anybody who asked, well, that'd be a right nice thing, wouldn't it? But I'd have an overflowed ship, and we'd sink to the bottom. You hear that, boys? He wants us to sink. Sounds like a threat to me.
Oh, I don't necessarily said I want you to sink. Did you hear those words come from my mouth? Because I don't believe that came from my mouth at all.
I hear a lot coming from your mouth, little one.
And vice versa, young man. I just asked you a question if you could help me get across. If that's a simple yes or no question, can you help me? Yes or no?
The only people we're interested in helping are the ones with the right coin. Do you have the right coin, little one?
It seems like I'm not your person then, son, because I gotta tell you, I just go off of good vibes.
Well.
All I got vibes to give right now. Coin will be coming my way in the future, I can guarantee you that, but as far as what I have on my person, is what you see.
Oh, well, I highly doubt that. If you're going to survive around here, you better have a trick or two up your sleeve. How about we just cut into that little flabby body of yours and see what you got? He flicks out a pocket knife.
You wouldn't dare.
Oh.
But if you did dare, here's what I would suggest, okay? There are things that can happen, okay? Sometimes things get out of hand pretty quickly. I do apologize. I don't know. I have been on a traveling for quite a while. I left my homeland. It's the first I've been away from home. You got to understand that about me. I'm on a mission of love, a mission of peace, a mission of rescue, okay? And I need you to help me out. If you can't help me out, that's fine. But it comes from a good place, okay? If you can help me that, I'll just leave right now. I appreciate your time. Thank you, sir. Goodbye. Bubba,
You duck out?
Bubba just backs away slowly while he's talking. He's like kind of just like getting them to look at each other like, what is this guy? And then by the time
Very
they
nice.
look back at him, he's already gotten away. He's hopped away.
How about you hear that, boys? Let's get to some slight. Where'd he go? Let's go. And they step off to their ship. It is at that time that you find some slightly nicer characters, and you're talking to them about Stheria, and you throw out a name. Then a Galapa approaches. Way nicer and more conversational than the previous gents.
Little trashed.
You become fast friends. You board the Crimson Shell Scar. And as the two of you watch Terega fade away into the fog, Raska, you okay?
I'm so sorry.
Wrong pipe. Wrong pipe. I understand.
Oh my god. It's just water.
I remember my first beer.
How red's my face right now?
You're getting there.
It all just got too real.
Raska, you play back in your mind the name that Bubba had spoken, and the brief history you have together included him, this fella, letting you know that the two of you had a meeting place in the city of Thrill in Stheria that few people know about, but you saved this person's life. And in exchange, if you're ever in trouble or need him, there's indeed a hunter's safe house in the city of Thrill, hidden in plain sight. Might be your best bet to find him. We're transported across the seas and find ourselves overlooking the city as the clouds move across a starless night sky. As the fullness of the midnight moon illuminates the sky, we see a dark silhouette of a man perched at the edge of a rooftop balcony overlooking the city of Thrill. Deckard, please describe yourself for us.
So Deckard is standing about 6'2", 6'5" if you count the top hat. Maybe a little taller.
7 feet.
But he is adorned in a very fancy but travel and battle-worn clothes. Ones that you would find in a 18th century Victorian type of fashion. Draped over his shoulders is a long black trench coat. Plenty of buckles and belts for his numerous little tinctures and his pistol. And attached to one of the belts and into his coat pocket sits his pocket watch, courtesy of the Hunters Guild, for who he is working for, who he lives for, basically. And Down up to his face, you have one very deep purple eye. And then behind his monocle, the eye the color of blood. Nice little mustache that has the little curly hues at the ends. And a small goatee. And he stands overlooking the city on a hunt. He fears one of the beasts from his deserted hometown have breached the Sorrowlands and are now running through the night city, the night streets of Thrill. He looks at his pocket watch, checks the time, looks up at the moon. Nearly time. Must be off.
The outline of your silhouette reveals your tall top hat, a long trench coat, slowly billowing in the night air, as the metallic sheen of a holstered revolver catches in the moonlight. You're holding a newspaper clipping along with your pocket watch, printed on some parchment. The headline reads, "The Thriller Killer Strikes Again." You look down at the city below. You've been on the monster's trail for some time now, but to no avail. It's fast, elusive, cunning, but so are you. This newspaper is the most recent sighting, and that means for you, the hunt is just beginning. With a flash, you leap from the balcony's edge, beyond the glow of the moon into the cover of darkness in the alleys below. Your movements are nearly silent as you walk slowly, focusing in on anything out of the ordinary. Slowly using your hand to push your trench coat back, readying the draw. What happens that clues you in on the monster's current whereabouts?
He's noticing drips of blood just randomly throughout the street. He's keeping an ear out. He thinks he can hear like a muffled cry coming from down an alleyway up ahead. So, Deckard approaches ever slowly, not to give himself away, sticking to the shadows, peeks his head around the corner of the alley.
What starts as random splotches of blood then coalesce into a pathway. That's when you hear it. A feeble cry off in the distance on the opposite side of the alley. You approach with caution, keeping your steps to the shadows and your eyes to the corners. And as you get closer to the body, you step into the beam of moonlight that cascades down upon it. There are very few places on this body that still has flesh attached to it. And as you lean in for a slightly closer look,
Curious.
you hear the tightness of like wood, a creak or a crackle. And just as you turn to look, the creature leaps from the darkness and attacks you. And in this brief moment, you get your first good look at it in that beam of moonlight. This is nothing like the werewolves and monsters you've hunted before. You've never seen a creature like this. You lock eyes with it. Its eyes are milky white. Its flesh colorless, pale, and translucent. But not all of it is its flesh. In the brief moment you have to size it up, you see what looks like sections of human skin hanging off of its own, almost as a makeshift suit of flesh. It raises its bony arm, and with long, razor-sharp claws, it takes a slash at you. What do you do?
Deckard raises his saw cleaver to block it,
Okay.
catching the hand with the blade.
And as you very quickly switch tactics, because it is not far enough away for you to unholster your revolver and take a shot. It's too close, and it's really, really, really fast. You switch tactics to grab the saw cleaver rather than the revolver. And as you go to pull it up, it slashes down your forearm, ripping your cloak and hitting just a little bit of flesh underneath. The rest of it, as it slashes down, is when your saw cleaver comes up and you're pushing against each other now. And it tries to bear down on you, and now you see beyond its head. It's not torso, neck, head. It's all this spiny mass of beast.
What kind of beastie are you?
And it snarls and drools on you. A mixture of thick drool and blood drops down upon your face. And it starts to push.
I'm going to kick it.
Okay.
Kick it and try to throw it off balance, essentially.
Okay. You
Sweep the leg.
you manage to kick it off balance. It's not stocky like the werewolves you've come into contact with. This beast, it's gaunt. It's if you didn't know any better, you'd say it was malnourished. It's not the hide of what you're used to. So with relative ease, you manage to kick it off balance, and it kind of hits the stone of the alleyway below. And you find yourself at a momentary advantage with this creature.
I'm just going to... Deckard would essentially just extend his saw cleaver and come sweeping down on it
Okay.
in the long arc.
With it laying on its side, scrambling to kind of stand up. The bits of flesh that it managed to assemble onto itself from its latest victim are like scraping and pulling off on the stone, revealing more of its own flesh beneath. It doesn't seem to like its flesh being exposed to the cold night air. You take a slash, and you manage to slash down the length of its arm. And you think for a moment you start to see its flesh already begin to mend and heal back up from the slash you just made. With a guttural shriek it lets out on you, it springs to its feet. And you're used to a brutish type of beast. You're used to almost like a match of strength in a way. This thing has some agility to it, and it leaps onto a nearby like pile of crates, and it kind of like does that thing where like a dog's hind leg kind of like picks itself up. It kind of barely latches onto this stack of crates and kind of picks itself back up, and then starts to leap away. And within a second, within a flash, it disappears into the city skyline. And then a second goes by, and the hot white pain of the cut on your arm begins to... The adrenaline starts to go down, the pain starts to come up. And you can feel that all too familiar pain that a hunter goes through on way too consistent a basis. But it's nothing you can't weather. What you don't like is that this is something you have not studied, and you didn't, in your mind, you didn't best it because it's still breathing. What's your next move?
Oh, bloody hell. I would grab like a random cloth out of my like pocket or something and just wrap it around my arm. And I've been down to the corpse in front of me.
Okay.
What have we here? What am I looking at? I've never seen this before. Oh my god, blimey, you're still alive.
Barely a gasp and shock. And the lidless eyes kind of look around frantically and then center up on you. And there's just a brief moment of what just happened before they go still.
Rest easy in the embrace of May, my friend. I would examine the body. See if there's any non-human pieces to it, I would say. Like pieces of the monster that it may have chipped off on it, or any different colored blood, anything like that I'm looking for.
Give me an instinct roll. First roll.
It's the first roll, wow.
No pressure.
No pressure. That is an 8 with hope.
Okay, take the hope. Unfortunately, there's very little flesh on the corpse. Again, you're amazed at the difference of the site of this attack than what you're used to. You're used to a ferocious shredding and biting and gnawing. You're used to carnage. This is surgical. This creature, through evolution, a curse, whatever sort of evil means, designed it to very carefully dispose of its victims and remove their flesh for its own. You do see a couple of their belongings laying nearby. Some of their clothing has been discarded. There's a small satchel with some personal belongings. A couple bloody coin kind of rolled out onto the street. There's a letter from the victim's child saying that they're on their way to the big city for the first time in 5 years to attend the March of Merchants happening in about 24 hours. And they can't wait to see them.
Well, best I get this letter to the right person. I need to find out what this is. Won't get paid other way.
So, are we heading to the library to
Yes.
try and study up on this creature?
Yes.
Okay. In an attempt to learn more about this foe, you head straight for the Grand Library of Thrill. As you enter, it's pretty late, but it's open 24 hours. And as you enter, you stand before a massive hall filled with thousands and thousands of books, writings, scrolls, parchments, multiple floors. You see an elder Simia at the front, going through a stack of books to catalog. He hears the large door open up and slam shut, and it echoes for minutes through this massive place. And he's got his little tiny spectacles low on his nose as he's looking through the titles of the books, and without really even looking your way specifically. Can I help you, friend?
Yes. Where are all your books about beasts and the like?
Yeah, we've got plenty of those. What are you looking for? Are you all right?
Oh, yeah, I'm fine. Don't worry about me.
No mysteries left in the city of Thrill, eh? Beasts and monsters, you say?
Yes. Specifically, something that almost looks like a doctor carved something up.
Oh dear. Sounds quite grotesque. We do have a section called the Mythical and the Monstrous. It's just down the way. A lot of people seem to be interested in the macabre and the violent, so we keep it relatively close to the door. If you head down the main hall, just keep straight. Not too far down the way on the left, you'll see the title at the front bookend there. Is there anything else I can help you with, sir?
What about the section that isn't open to the public about mythical creatures.
Oh, so, well, that is not open to the public.
Well, sir, I understand.
But we have a vast library, as you can see, sir. If it is something of public interest, I'm sure you'll be able to find it right away. But I'll be here through the night with some assistants nearby. If you need anything, just grab one of us, and we'll be able to direct you the right way.
Thank you, sir. Enjoy your evening.
Yeah, pleasure. He lifts up the book, just kind of cycling through these stacks of books. As you head down to the section, you do indeed see the title up top. Says The Mythical and the Monstrous. You're able to locate books of all kinds of magical creatures, legendary beasts, and other beings of lore that you already know of. Some you've even faced in your years of the hunt. After a little while, to your frustration, you're unable to find anything on the creature you just experienced. Until you hear the turning of pages nearby. You notice the general atmosphere of the library at this time of night is quite dim. They don't keep all the fires lit throughout. But in kind of the further down the hall there, there's a single area of torchlight flickering and glowing off in the near distance. As you would approach, it's definitely not accessible to the public. And you see one person sitting within this section. And she's reading a parchment entitled Rare and Vicious Creatures of the Stherian Wilds. Clarinda, please describe yourself for us.
Okay, so Clarinda is about average human height. And what you see is a slender frame. She's wearing long gray robes with lots and lots of pockets on them, with various little trinkets inside. Her long robes have a very large hood that covers her hair. It covers her ears. You can't make out anything other than just her face, which is mostly obscured by very, very large glasses.
Nice.
She has dark colored eyes, and it's almost like a blink and you miss it, but if you look closely enough, there's a slight glow underneath the hood. She carries a battle axe. Looking straight on, you can see the tips of both blades of the battle axe, just above her shoulders. And around her neck, she has a very large, intricate looking locket made of gold in the shape of a heart.
This person, as you look into this section, first of all, you didn't expect anyone to be in there because you were shut down. To have access to it, she almost has kind of an ethereal way about her herself. Not the kind of person you would expect reading something titled Rare and Vicious Creatures of the Stherian Wilds. That's somebody who looks like you would read. As you are sizing this person up and down, she hasn't noticed you yet. But as you look in on the person reading what you need to study, we're transported back just a few hours at the front counter of the Thrills Grand Library, where an eager Clarinda is on a very long tangent to a very patient library keeper. What is the tangent you're on, Clarinda?
So, Clarinda is talking about the chromadilla, an animal that is used in a very barbaric game called Kalvak in Stheria. Shall I go on my tangent?
Go nuts.
Okay.
It's your tangent.
So, Professor, as you can see, the chromadilla is a beautiful animal and has no place being in this barbaric game. I know it's the normal culture, but if we could just find an alternative material for the chromadillo, we could end this practice.
Well, I don't really see anything super wrong with that. And as soon as he tries to like speak up, you're jumping right in. You're firing away.
Also,
Oh, there's more. Okay.
I know that I'm talking mostly about the chromadillo, but there's also the skybound albatross. If those animals are allowed to live in the game and the chromadillo must die, don't you think that's a bit imbalanced?
Well, it's not really what I think. I didn't design the game.
Yes, of course.
But
I just would like access to the restricted section so that I could learn a little bit more about Kalvak and see what the actual origins of it are. Maybe if I do that, I can find an alternative and we can end this barbaric practice.
good luck with changing a centuries-old game that has been taking place in the capital city
Well,
of the
Professor, actually,
continent.
there's something in it for you. I could be an assistant. I could order all of the books back there. I could put the records. I could organize them. I'm really good at organizing.
Well, we're not really hiring right now, and most
It's
people
for
don't
free.
like
I'll work
people.
for free. I'll work for free. For free.
Well, that certainly changes things, but people don't tend to like when people talk to them when they're trying to study or read. Is that something that you think you can manage?
Oh, I have a lot of research to do myself. I wouldn't bother anybody.
All right. Well, okay, then. Look, you don't have to tell me anymore. I don't really care, to be honest. But look, if that's what you're looking for and you're willing to do it for free, we'll call it an assistantship, if you will. Maybe regret this later. But could use the help if you're willing to help do some cataloging.
Absolutely. I really love books.
I can certainly tell. Yes, me too. If it's the restricted area that you'd like access to, if that is indeed the goal of this assistantship, I cannot deny it.
Yes,
but
that's the only goal. That's the only thing I'm after. I just really want to look at the beasts. That's all I'm after, really. Honestly.
But you will help with cataloging then?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Right, okay. Well, do be careful. It's off limits to the public because of the nature of the writings that are in there. They're among the oldest in the city and on the continent and quite honestly on the planet. They're the oldest books and you seem a little frantic. So I just want to be very careful and take quite care of the writings in there. They are the oldest and the most fragile and, well, let's be honest, there's not exactly a lot of copies. If you'd like to add that to your job description, maybe you could help create copies of them for the library archive.
Oh, of course. Yes.
Wonderful. We'll put you to good use then. If that's all about the game or whatever else you have to say, I'm gonna get to it. If you head down the hall, straight down, can't miss it. On the left, you'll find the restricted area.
Oh, yes, I know. I've already been down there. I didn't go in. I just saw it when I came in.
Right, I should have known you'd already know your way around this place. If you would not mind, just simply sign in if you would not mind, and I'll get you some credentials, and then if anybody else needs anything, are they free to ask? Are you comfortable with that?
Sure.
Right. Okay. He's kind of sees your name on the thing and gets you kind of what looks like some credentials to carry around with you. Right, well, as we say to everybody, happy reading. Oh boy. And he's going to get right back to the stack that was much taller than when you walked in. So it's been a couple hours. you've been feverishly studying in this section, and as you headed down the hall toward the section, you passed by just shelf after shelf, section after section, just like, oh my goodness, oh, the places I'll go, kind of a thing. But there's so much history here, rooted both in fact and fiction, wonder and reality. It's all captivating, but you can't help but be drawn to this restricted area. You walked for what kind of felt like forever because you just got lost in all of it. As you eagerly dive in, you're looking for something about the Chromadillo, yes? Mm-hmm. The rarity of this creature is challenging because it's not written about that much. However, over the last couple of decades, close to a century now, as the gladiatorial stadium in Windrock has become less violent, less gladiators, and more recreational sports. The Chromadillo has kind of become like a figure of pop culture. There's a mythos around it that people just gravitate towards, that make it larger than life. And you do find some writings on its origins, or presumed to be origins, and that just causes your curiosity to swell even deeper. You grab this tome that you happen to be reading as you hear footsteps approach, just outside of the restricted area. The mysterious man is kind of hanging back at the moment. Do you notice, or are you deep in?
Very deep in.
So you don't even notice that he's even there.
Nope.
Terrible employee.
Hey, she's working for free.
How do you approach?
Oi, mess.
You don't hear anything.
You, with the hood. Yes, you, holding the scroll about the violent beasts.
Oh, me. Okay. Hi. This is the restricted section of the library. Do you have credentials to be back here?
I have the credentials to keep people from dying in the city.
Yes, I see. That's very well. Do you have credentials, though, to be on this side of the library?
Yes.
Can I see them?
You can. Sorry, the approach is yours.
I just pull like a random piece of paper out of my pocket and just say, yeah, see? And I put it back in my pocket quickly.
That was just a piece of paper.
Oh, crikey. Ma'am, I have had a very, very long night. I almost just died. I saw a corpse in the road.
Is that what all of that is?
Yes. I'm hunting a beast that I have no idea what it is, and it is killing the people of this city. I need to find out more.
How would you describe the beast?
It was strange. It moved quickly, and it wore the skin of its victim. And the way it took the skin and the flesh from its victim was almost surgical.
I'm not supposed to do this.
I'm new here.
I'm new here. But I think I might have something that could help you.
I'll take anything.
Yes, of course. She kind of looks around. Is there anybody visible? It's mostly empty.
No, you are the only two in at least where you can see beyond the torchlight. Where it ends, it gets relatively dimly lit beyond that, but you don't see or hear anything at the moment.
Okay. Come here.
Oh, now I'm allowed in.
Yes, yes.
Okay,
I'm
thank you.
here. I'm with you, so I can help.
Thank you.
Yes. Actually, I can help with that too, if you don't.
Oh, my arm?
Yes.
It's fine. I got a
No,
bandage.
it's fine.
I'm gonna put my hands on his arm and using mending touch, I will help.
Amazing.
Oh, thank you. It feels amazing.
You're welcome. Okay, so come look. So I was looking at the scar pattern and I noticed that kind of matched something that I had seen about an hour ago when I was reading this scroll. So if you'll look, there's something here about something called a skin ripper.
Not a very creative name, is it? But
Oh,
Hey.
Seems pretty straightforward.
no shade. No shade. No shade.
You had months, Matt.
The one detail.
The Ripper of
Really phoned it in on that one.
So I just like spin the information
The
in.
name
his
definitely matches the scene I saw. Is there anything else about them?
I mean, there's not much on them. But you're welcome to look.
Thank you, I will. By the way,
Yes.
my name's Deckard.
Oh, hello.
Your name is...
Oh, my name is Clarinda.
Very nice to meet you, Clarinda. Thank you for your help.
Yes. Yes, you're welcome.
Everything okay?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Sorry I took you away from your research.
My research, yes. Actually, I was just reading about tectonic elementals.
Uh-huh.
Would you like to know more about them?
I'm gonna read on the Skin Ripper.
Oh, right. Okay.
Maybe later, okay? No,
Okay.
nothing against you.
Well,
I need to figure this out.
If you find anything
thought you would say.
particularly interesting, I am writing some notes about different kinds of beasts in this area. I'm thinking of using that as my field of study. See, I've come from Lurie all the way across the ocean, and we don't have these kinds of beasts back at home, so I find myself enamored with them. So if you find anything interesting, I'd be more than willing to help.
Well, ma'am, turns out my line of work, it's exactly what I do. I hunt beasts and monsters and whoever needs it.
Oh, so you killed them?
Yes, but these are normally bloodthirsty monsters, you see.
I understand.
But I travel all over the country and the continent and, frankly, the entire world hunting these things.
Right.
So
Right.
I have plenty of
Have
knowledge.
you ever seen anything called a chromadillo?
Yes, I love watching the game.
Yeah. Have you seen it in the wild before?
Yes.
Fascinating.
Yes.
Absolutely fascinating.
I kind of just
Hills
walk.
out.
I kind of
She
just
just
walk
starts
by them.
riding. She just starts riding.
I just
riding.
kind of walk by them. Honestly, they're just an animal.
Where? Where did you see those last? It's a made-up animal.
So they are known
Tagging Matt in.
to travel between the Orocarni Forest, south on the western side of Windrock is an area called the Elder Ruins. It's a place that has been lost to time, and all kinds of creatures have kind of just reclaimed it. The most common area that you'll find a chromadillo is among the Elder Ruins on the western side of Windrock, south of Orocarni Forest.
Oh, yeah. You're familiar with Oricani, the forest?
Yes.
Okay. What about Elder Rock?
I've seen a lot of maps.
Okay. Well, to the western side of Elder Rock, chromadillos are there.
I'll be sure to go and see if I can find them.
You'll need to be careful up that way, though.
Why?
Crocodiles.
I've read all about them.
The vicious little beasts.
Oh yes, very vicious.
They will drown you.
They're also very fascinating creatures.
Yes. They will also drown you and maul you. And if you don't have anyone there, it's like if you had somebody there to help you pull you out of the water, but nobody did. Just saying.
That sounds awful.
Yeah, it was, yes, but I survived. Anyways, I'm gonna read on the skin ripper now.
Absolutely. Don't forget, if you see anything interesting, let me know.
Of course. Thank you, Clarinda.
Absolutely.
As Deckard has already begun kind of opening the parchment as he's... Yes, thank you. And
Go back.
he doesn't even need to clue you in on anything interesting before he feels a presence loom over his shoulder as he's reading on. You just cannot help yourself but look on. Mouth breathing.
And I kind of just like look over my shoulder and look back. Yes.
Fascinating.
What?
All of it. It's truly fascinating.
I mean, takes the skin of its victims and wears it for its own.
We don't have those where I'm from.
We don't have those hardly anywhere. I've never seen one of these before.
Fascinating. Just writing. Just start writing.
As you both dive in, one with curiosity, one with a mission, we're going to take a break. We hope you're enjoying the adventure so far, as Mazy, Deckard, Bubba, Clarinda, and Raska face perilous odds on their journey, each one coming from their own rich pasts, carrying their own driven goals. Mazy, traveling from the fantastical magical Whisper Grove, marches on bravely into a wider, larger world. Deckard, ever on the hunt for the next monster he can slash or shoot on his quest to rid Ketra of its evils. Bubba, in a noble search for answers and solutions in an effort to bring an end to a dark reality. Clarinda, diving into the planet's deepest, most ancient knowledge in search of her own intellectual expansion, carrying secrets of a past shrouded in mystery. And Raska, set to explore the lands beyond the seas in a quest to grow and prepare himself to once and for all be the captain of his own story. These brave companions bring their individual goals together to create a group capable far beyond the underestimation they often receive. Continue along with us across the continent of Stheria on a path full of danger, wonder, and everything in between. We're back. As Clarinda and Deckard dive into this ancient writing, after a little while, you do find a folk tale that seemingly matches the experience you had. The folks at the time, simple, primitive, hundreds of years ago, came up with Skin Ripper.
It wasn't shot, man.
Very, very smart.
It wasn't a shot.
Very
man.
talented.
Village idiots.
Sometimes things are just as they seem.
Yeah.
It was
Very
the
pretty.
best they could
Yes.
do. The, the description indeed matches what you saw. The writing describes horrors as the townspeople's they found victims with their skin removed, and the word they used, surgically. The writing goes on to say that while little is known about their origin, what is written about them explains that they resemble a hairless lichen of sorts, but slightly smaller, and with pale, colorless skin. The writing talks of a hunter who once tracked a skin ripper to its den. The hunter documents that once the ripper steals the skin of a victim. They have to go through a process of assimilation with their new flesh, allowing time for their body to connect tissue and muscle fibers in order to make the pairing with their new exterior a success. A process that must be done over roughly a few hours of calm stillness. It is anticipated that after a skin ripper disposes of its latest victim, it will find a hidden place far away from prying eyes, so it can assimilate, making it nearly impossible to find for a while, unless you catch it in time. This is what they called the Ripper's hibernation. Once the assimilation is complete, they often move on from town to town, hidden in plain sight, wearing the skin of their latest victim until they find their next. That's it.
Well then, looks like I've got something to hunt.
If I may.
Yes. Go ahead. Is it gonna stop you anyways if I said no?
I'm just wondering, would it be alright if I go with you?
Deckard kind of looks around to the battle axe on her back.
Yes, I think you can tag along.
Wonderful.
Yes, it's guildsman's work is never done. So
I might go and collect a few things for the travels. I don't know how long we'll be out, so I'm assuming we might need some light reading.
I'm afraid to even ask what light reading is for you, but make haste.
All right.
And Clarinda just goes and gathers a few different things of different topics.
As you're gathering up, you're interrupted by a faint, distant scream coming from just outside the library. And you hear oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, what was that? What was that? Oh dear, I don't like being here this late at night. And you hear the guy up front kind of freaking out a little bit. And he just begins to, lock the front door. What do you do?
I run towards the screen.
Straight away.
Yep.
Following.
There's no pad up.
Sir, let me out.
You want to go out there? I just heard a scream.
I can handle it.
I have no doubt better you than me. Okay, bye-bye. Where are you going then?
Well, there's research, you see. This fellow, he's a hunter of sorts, and he knows all different kinds of creatures, and I've been researching and studying creatures all day. I have to go.
All right, I mean, I barely know you, so,
I promise I will bring back amazing, tremendous reports.
Clarinda!
Oh, I'm coming.
Okay, all right, bye then. And then you hear it lock from the inside. You see down off the stairs of the Grand Library into the city center is a fresh body laying bloody on the cobblestone street. True to form, skin has been torn off. How do you investigate?
So I would walk up slowly, kind of keeping an eye out for things on the ground that maybe tell of where it went or how it approached or anything like that. Just avoiding any blood that may be there.
As you see this body laying on the ground, no flesh, there's really no distinct trail. This was clean and quick. What kind of face value assumption would you make about the sight ahead of you? Or you, Clarinda?
Clarinda's sketching in her notebook.
I mean, I'm amazed. Deckard's amazed. He can't believe how precise this thing kills. He's never seen anything like it.
After a few moments of kind of looking around to see if you can find a trail coming up short, you hear a small, quiet voice speak up. What does this voice say?
Excuse me, but,
What is that?
I'm doing something here.
What?
What is
What?
that?
Look down.
Blimey! A talking plant?
Are you sentient?
Go ahead.
Why, yes, I am.
Mozzi, please describe yourself to us.
Okay, so Mazy is about 2, maybe 3 feet tall. She has a massive fro. Okay, massive. It's like a mossy mix with sometimes there are flowers in it, sometimes there's little bits of dead pieces that flake off like dandruff. And it covers her eyes. So all you can see is like the tiny little like elvish like mouth and face. And then there's like a stem body.
Ooh.
And stem like arms that reach out into leaf hands. And then she has kind of like a little bit of like a skirt of leaves, like vine leaves. And then her legs, you see at her feet, are pots, like terracotta pots. And that's where her feet, her little shoes are. And she's just as cute as can be.
Deckard and Clarinda, as you try to comprehend the fact that a plant just spoke to you, were whisked away to a place of pure sunshine and sprawling green fields. Whisper Grove, home to the magical fungrals known as lichens. These pleasant creatures live in harmony with the people of Silken Grass, the primary farming and crop growth region on the continent of Stheria. Mazy, we find you enjoying one last drink at your favorite pub in the Grove, the Watering Can. They have a wide array of menu offerings such as spring water, rainwater, well water, pond water, and if you've had a really long day, sparkling water. Your longtime friend, Stemson, takes a seat beside you. God, like what? Sparkling water, please.
Hi, Stimson.
Yeah, there, Rothy.
Has it been that kind of day?
It's been a tough one.
That's a lot of bubbles.
Well, it's just hard to see your best friend off.
Oh, Stimson, I'm gonna miss you too. It's not gonna be the same without hanging out with you.
Why you gotta go, Mozzi?
Well, I mean, I've gotta go out there. I've got this great business plan. I've thought about it for at least 2 days. And I think the whole world needs access to pots, you know? And, I mean, I can't stay at Whisper Grove forever. I've never seen the world.
Well, you might have your big plans, but don't forget about our plans. When you get back, we're finally going to start our band, Twisted Petal.
Stimson, that's always been a childhood dream. I don't know if that's really for us.
You gotta be my lead singer at Twisted Petal.
I don't know if the world's ready for it.
Been practicing the drums. Can't you hear me at all hours of the day banging on the leaf around the grove?
I know.
I've
And
been practicing the drums just in time for you to leave the grove.
Stimson,
This is hard on me,
I know.
Wathi.
Did you say it was a weed singer or a lead singer?
We don't do drugs in our band.
Stimson, you're gonna make me cry into my puddle water.
Well, I don't mean to make you sad, Wathi,
I know.
But what am I supposed to do while you're gone?
What everyone does in Whisper Grove. You're going to help them make all the other plants and the produce, and that's such an important job.
Well, yeah, but with you leaving, it kind of makes me feel that my job is superfluous.
Never. Hey, if it wasn't for us, they wouldn't eat. We can make our own food. They are relying on
The
us.
sweet, sweet sunshine.
Exactly.
Really nice.
And you know, freshly dead bodies.
But what are you going to do in the big city?
I don't know if you saw, but Mozzi's gonna take out this flyer that's like big and it's all wrinkled from years of her going and looking at it. They're having the March of the Merchants. And I think it's the perfect place for me to get my pots on display.
Yeah, but Mozzie, don't be silly. You know, the one thing that people do when they march is step on things.
Well, they wouldn't step on me.
They might not even know you're there in the big city.
I feel like you're just trying to scare me because you want me to stay here and do the band.
Twisted Petal is the next big thing to hit the Grove.
I'm sure it would be, but I don't know if that's where my heart is, Stimson. You can't just make me stay here.
Well, color me surprised.
Speak your truth.
I thought we had been building this together for years.
Stimson, you know that pots have always been the true way to my
I
heart.
see how you look at your pots, it's fine. Can't compete with that kind of craftsmanship.
And Mozzi's gonna look at his new pot shoes that she just did for him. You've got to admit, there's nothing better on your root toes than being in a fresh pot.
Oh, I will definitely admit there's been an extra spring in my step the last
Yes.
couple days.
And that helps your music sound so much brighter, right?
Mozzie, don't get me wrong. It's not that I don't believe in you. I want to make sure that you're safe, the Grove is safe, and nothing calls too much attention to us, the little guys.
I know. But you know that this is part of the Grove, too. We all have to go at some point. I'd like to go on my own merit, with my pots.
You've always been the one who would be brave enough to set out. So, as your friend, the best thing I can do is try to support and sing your praises when you get back. So, well, I'll just toast to that, Mozzie.
Cheers.
Can I help you at least get ready to go?
Yeah, I think I would like that.
Thanks for the water. He's gonna finish his drink. And you two are gonna walk your way out of the watering can. Through the grove. The scene is as pleasant as can be. And it's not just fungrels here. There's humans, there's some gnomes, halflings, and everybody works together, not just for the betterment of Whisper Grove, but for the neighboring towns and ultimately Silken Grass as a region. And as you walk through the grove, everybody's kind of wishing you well off on your journey. It's just, go get a Mazy. Sell tons of pots, Mazy. Put us on the map, Mazy.
Oh, bye, everyone.
You'll get them.
Bye.
Get in line, folks. She's not a celebrity yet. And he's ushering you off to the entrance of Whisper Grove. And as you set off beyond the lush kind of barrier that is the grove, take a deep breath of the warm air. Soak in that sunshine. You head off through the wide open fields between the towns of Sproutswell and West Crop. You're bright-eyed and optimistic that the patrons in the big city of Thrill will love the new craze that is... What's your business name?
Pots and Paisleys.
That's freaking adorable. After a little while, you head through Silken Grass, hopping on various carts and carriages through the region, through the stable town of Lilywood, into the greater Stheria. As you walk confidently into Thrill, you're amazed at the size of the buildings around you. How you feeling?
I'm very overwhelmed. Whisper Grove does not have buildings this big, and there's a lot of noise, and a lot of horses, and a lot of smells. But I do like the fact that they throw all of their garbage in the street, because then I can just go and I can compost right away. And that's really nice. And I just shove, as I walk, I shove some of the nasty from the streets into my pots. And that way I can keep fertilizing. And that makes me feel really good and gives me enough strength to go through the day.
Walking through the city streets is starting to get late. You don't cover as much ground as bigger folk. You see all kinds of new wonders, like theaters, large stone architecture, and what looks like a fight that has broken out at the far end of a nearby alley between a man wearing a tall hat, a long dark overcoat, and another man who appears to be oddly shaped and naked?
Wow, there's a lot more violence here. I'm gonna stand here and watch it work out.
You see the man in the dark coat pull out a long sword of some kind and fight back the other man. He kicks him down to the ground, and he swings at him, and the other man seems to jump up on some crates and disappear to the skyline.
Wow, people can disappear here. That's really cool.
And you have a fleeting thought, there sure is a lot to learn about the big city. You shrug your shoulders and press on to begin your entrepreneurial journey by setting up shop near the city center, where the annual March of Merchants takes place the very next day. As you finish setting up, you need to find a place nearby to fertilize for the night's sleep. Unfortunately, you're in the center of a large city, and unlike Whisper Grove, there aren't piles of fertilizing opportunities at every turn. After a while, you start getting a bit worried as you hunt for the perfect spot to settle your root toes into. You hear a scream. You turn a nearby corner and see what looks like someone sleeping in the middle of the street.
Hello? Hi, hello? Oh, it's a fresh one. Excuse me while I just settle in right between your ribs.
Oh gosh.
As
This is
you,
nice.
as you are far more disturbed by plant death than human death, this doesn't faze you too much. However, you do remember that freshest equals warmest. And just like that, you found just what you need to fertilize for the night. You settle in with high hopes for the success ahead. A little while later, your slumber is interrupted as you're kind of shaken awake at heavy footsteps as two figures run towards you.
Excuse me. I'm doing something here.
Talking plant.
Absolutely fascinating.
I'm a lichen. And this
Bless you.
No. A lichen. It's what I am.
Lichen.
Right. So,
Where are you from?
Whisper Grove.
okay.
Oh, she's got something
Clarinda, now is not the time. Fresh corpse in the street.
Right, right.
Probably most likely a victim of the Skin Ripper.
Absolutely.
We can do this research later.
Yes.
Don't be afraid. I didn't kill him. He was already dead.
Why are you
Of course.
roosting in his corpse?
I'm not roosting. I'm decomposing.
decomposing.
As the body decomposes, it gives me nutrients, and that helps me to live a long, happy life, unlike him. One man's death is another person's health potion.
Wow. Okay, did you see what did this?
No, he was already dead.
Bother.
You do have your ability if you want.
But if you'd like, I can see if I can feel anything about his death.
What?
And with that, Mozzi kind of gets into like a zone, and she uses her death connection, which is while touching a corpse that has died recently, you can mark a stress to extract one memory from the corpse related to a specific motion or sensation of your choice. And I'm going to pick right before he died.
This world gets bigger every day.
You see... Do you see through the eyes of the person?
It is not, it does not specify. But it says I can extract one memory, so I'm assuming that,
It's point of view.
yeah.
All of a sudden you feel 10 stories tall, walking through the streets of Thrill. And you think to yourself, oh, can't wait for the march tomorrow. I'm gonna buy all kinds of things. I've been saving up extra coin. Kids are gonna have great birthdays this year. It's gonna be sweet. What was that? And then you see a flash of white as this creature lunges straight towards you, and then you feel yourself jolted back onto your back, and you're now looking up at the clouds moving across the moon. You feel sharpness and cold, and then a blur, and you see the slow, like coming into view as you're laying on your back, the slow rise. You can't move anymore. The slow rise up into view of this creature that its jaw is elongated to a point, teeth long, sharp, and it kind of hunches over you, and it raises its hand, and you once again feel cold, hot, extreme pain. And then in one motion, that pain washes over your body in extreme nature that you can't even comprehend. And then numbness. The last thing you see is the creature using its teeth to pull flesh onto itself. And the last thing you're able to recall as your vision darkens is you're laying on your back looking up past you. And you see it begin to almost like beast-like kind of hop away. Almost not full gallop, not panicky gallop, but it now has a job to do now that it's taken this on. Its last victim's success was interrupted by you, so it had to find another. So, you see the direction it went. And if you guys are in the city center, the victim's feet were facing the library where the two of you came. It looked up, straight ahead, past itself. As its eyes darkened and the life left him, he saw the creature run off through the square, in the exact opposite direction of where you're at the library, down a street, and then disappear off around the corner.
So much suffering. I've never felt a person suffer. I've only felt my kind suffer. It was very alarming, very unsettling. It seems like this creature was like tearing off of its skin, and then it put it on, and then it ran off in the opposite direction of the library. Very fast.
Yes. Well, thank you, Weed.
Mazy.
Right, Mozzi.
Name. Fascinating.
So
Yeah.
it went that way.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much.
Well, wait. I mean, maybe I should go with you. I mean, I don't know much about much, but I mean, if anybody else is dead, I can maybe help you again.
That could be helpful,
That could be helpful, seeing as we can't track this thing.
right?
Okay. Well,
Do you
hey,
need help maneuvering or?
actually, if you could just hand me my pots, they're right over there. I just need them for my feet. They're right there, the two ones with the dirt in them.
Like
That's
pots, like plant pots.
Yeah, they're my shoes. They make it so much easier to get around. I mean, and I'm gonna pick up my foot so you can see my root toes, and I'm gonna be like, these are a little unsettling to people. I mean, I like
Especially
them.
covered in viscera.
Yeah, I guess so.
She's okay.
Clarinda flips a page. Just lots of notes.
I'm sorry. I know you're writing, but can I have my pots?
yes, of course. Here you go.
Thank you. And Mazy like wiggles herself out of the ribs and starts planting her feet again. All right,
Wears
ready to go.
shoes like a person,
Yeah.
All right, let's be off. We have to catch this thing.
right?
Okay. I'm a part of something. What are your names?
I'm Clarinda.
Deckard.
It's very nice to meet you both. Try not to step on me.
Do my best.
Okay.
So as the three of you take chase in the direction the Mazy saw, you head down a city street, and it's not too long before Deckard, your view is very much trained for this, to see red in the darkness. You see a drop of blood. Just one. Then a little ways down another. This is not the aggressive dripping of blood that you trailed on before. This is more contained, more successful in the creature's view. You head down that city street quickly, and you turn a corner just to barely catch a figure rounding the next. And as you chase on, you arrive at what looks like...
I'm so sorry. Could
you're fine, you're
I, on the process of us trying to follow this trail, could I actually use my fungal network to see if there's anybody around that area who might have seen something?
And by anybody, you mean?
Fungrels.
Fungrels.
Sure. Yeah. Go ahead and roll.
All right. Okay, 14, 15, 16. 16 with fear.
Okay. So
I forgot that was a thing, fear.
Yeah.
I'm about to spend some. You kind of center in on the area, and you start to pick up some other friendly voices of elder fungrels who are arriving to the next street over. Is also kind of like it's like a secondary city square. So you've got the one that's in front of the library, which is like where the statue is. There's a fountain there. The bigger vendors are going to be set up there, but the March of Merchants is almost like a parade route. There are many blocks where it takes place. This one is the second one over. It's a nice clearing in the city. You're picking up some voices of elder fungrels who are emerging in kind of like super late night hours or super early morning hours, depending on who you are. These are bakers, and they're the first out to set up their wares for sale, to sell their baked goods, breads, pastries, and desserts for the march in just a couple hours. And they're having a conversation of like, "Did you bring extra French bread, dear? You know I always bring extra." And they're kind of like talking about inventory at first. And then they're like, oh, did you see that figure there? That was very strange, dear. Hope they're not a customer of ours. Do you need some help, dear? To no answer. And you can... Is there a proximity effect to this? It's just in the area?
Just says any distance. So...
That was you can hear just around the corner where you saw the figure just turn away. You can hear some goings on around the corner. So you can.
I can communicate to them, so I'm just going to say, "Excuse me, I'm nearby. Where are you?"
I don't know who said that, but we're in the second square, dear.
Okay, second square. They might have seen him.
All right then, follow.
Heading in that direction, I'm gonna spend a fear. As you turn the corner, it's not just a couple of bakers; it's many merchants. Converge, and begin setting up their different like canopies, table settings, like signs. You know, like the A-frame signs. Everybody's like ready to rock for the day. It's becoming increasingly difficult to sift through the crowd, the growing crowd.
Clarinda, I know we don't know each other very well, but could you pick me up?
Oh,
I'm a little scared of being trampled.
Oh, of course.
I can go in your bag. It's
No, I'll
fine.
just hold you.
Okay, thanks.
Freaking
Can I use
adorable.
my tracking experience to see if I can still see the blood?
Yes, please. Give me a instinct roll and add your experience. Spend a hope to add your experience.
Spend a hope. Okay.
Spend one hope, and I believe your experience is a +2.
Why isn't it going away?
Your hope?
Hit the minus. No, I'm just kidding.
I
Sorry.
did.
Do better.
Do you need to refresh the page?
Yeah,
Maybe.
mine has done that before too.
Hit it faster.
Doing it earlier. Just smack it real hard.
Watch this and be like logged out.
Oh no.
It crashes.
It's refreshing. It's doing the spinny wheel of death.
Refreshing.
Sparkling water.
There we go.
Just like the blood I just sank into.
Have you taken any hope yet? You rolled with hope, didn't you?
Yeah.
Sweet.
My first roll.
Okay, cool.
No, that took away 2. Oops.
Yeah, just
So.
there you go.
So
just
instinct.
roll an instinct roll. So roll 2d12, add your instinct modifier and your experience.
It's a crit, my friend.
Ooh,
Nah.
you're a crit machine.
Yes, I am.
It's gonna be your new nickname.
Okay.
Crit-tastic.
You look around frantically through the crowd, narrowing your view so that you can really pick something out of this. And you see on the post of one of the vendor booths what looks like a bloody handprint and a streak. And you look ahead in that direction on the other side of the crowd. You see what looks to be a figure approach a storm drain, large, grate in the street. And it stands there for just a moment, and it's hunched, but then it kind of straightens up as it's doing its thing. And it leans down and wraps its fingers around the grate, pulls it up, sets it aside. It's beginning to climb down into it.
Do you tell us?
Yes. He's climbing into that storm drain. Quickly now.
Okay, I'm going to cast Vicious Entangle.
What's the range on that?
It just it says within far range. Would you say we're too far?
What was far? Is that the long end of a piece of paper?
Yes.
I think so.
I'd say you are just on the cusp.
Okay.
I'll let you do it.
Okay.
How is it a spellcast roll?
Yeah.
I'm going to pose disadvantage because there's a growing... I'm going to spend a fear to impose disadvantage.
Okay.
Because there's a growing number of people between
So
you.
just minus my d6, right?
Roll a d6 with your spellcast roll and subtract the result.
Okay. 14 minus 1, so 13 with hope.
Very nice. Take that hope. Does it say on the card, like, make a spellcast roll and then a number in parentheses?
It says you deal a 1d8 plus 1 physical damage.
But it doesn't say a spellcast, like a number you need to beat?
It just gives me a plus 2 spellcast roll and then gives me my damage roll.
What did you roll? A 13?
Yeah, it was a 14, but it was a minus 1.
Okay. Does it say on a success?
Additionally, on a success, you can spend a hope to temporarily restrain another adversary within very close range of your target. Okay, so I didn't read that before. So it is another adversary. You cannot then restrain the one that you're doing.
Okay, so on the Skin Ripper, you cast... You do the cast, and it goes up to far range, and does what? What else does the first part say?
It just says that on a success, roots and vines reach out from the ground, dealing 1d8 plus 1 physical damage and temporarily restrain. So it does restrain them temporarily.
Okay. So the DC on this was hard. You cast, you spring into action, and the two of you were like, "What are you doing, little one?" You spring into action. What does it look like as you cast Vicious Entangle?
I like to think that Mazy puts her hand up at first, and then she just brings it down towards the ground. And it casts, there's like a green energy that just kind of shoots out of her hand and hits the ground. And it just kind of like, that energy travels from where she put her hand to the direction of her mind where she's casting it, which is to...
Sick. As you all look ahead, you see closer down to where the storm drain is, you can see some of the cobblestone kind of like pump up from something happening underneath, vining closer to the creature. But just as it gets closer to it, a large cart, someone wheels a large cart right in front, and you have restrained the cart. What do you do?
I take off chasing it.
I'll follow.
Okay.
I'm being carried along. I'm so sorry. I tried to stop it.
It was very good try.
As the three of you are running through the crowd, kind of bumping into people and pushing them out of the way, move. You take a kind of a swift, like you're heading this way and you kind of like are kind of like funneled this way a little bit. And you take a swift turn toward the storm drain and you run into Galapa. And at first you're kind of taken aback. Excuse me. And you look and it's someone you met who saved your life.
Raska,
Deckard, what are you doing here?
quickly. There's a beast we have to fight.
Oh,
There's a turtle.
all right.
Yes, talking plant.
Hi, I'm Mazy.
Food. I mean, hello.
Excuse me.
Sorry, it's slip of the tongue. Yes.
I don't think I like you much.
I very much like you.
Clarinda like moves Mozzi onto the other side.
Thank you.
The two of you arrived to Stheria and made your way immediately to Thrill, and traveled up from the southern docks. It took you a little bit of time, so the two of you had some more time to get to know each other better and talk about your various journeys and where you've been and who you are. So the two of you are more acquainted, and you guys are in the middle of this, so you don't even really notice Bubba at first. So it's up to you how you want to present yourself.
Shelley,
Art.
is this him?
Oh, that'd be him.
This is him.
Yeah.
You did it.
Yarr.
I hate to be rude, but we're currently doing something.
You hate to be rude, but you are being rude. Listen, I'm in the middle of something right now. This is crazy. You gotta check this out. I've been searching everywhere. You wouldn't believe the lengths I've gone through to get here right now to see you. You're Deckard?
Yes.
Well,
Charmed. I must go. Sorry. We're in the middle of something.
Go where? What's going on?
There's a creature that rips off skin. And we're kind of in hot pursuit, and you kind of just got in the way, and now he's down in the Storm Dream Trolley trying to kill somebody.
So you gotta get in the storm drain.
Yes.
Well, I can get in the storm drain. Come on, let's go find him. It can't be that
Okay.
bad. You wouldn't believe some
Not
of the
near
stuff I've
me.
seen.
Rips the skin off of people and wears it.
Oh, you mean like literally?
Yes.
Yes, it's called a skid ripper.
I'm sorry, who are you?
Who are you?
Who are you?
That's two
Raska.
against one. You better figure it out.
Can we please go?
Why is Gamora?
Why is it yes, exactly.
Okay, it seems like we've interrupted this little, get together y'all are trying to figure out. So Shelly, what do you think we should do? They seem pretty
I just
adamant on
keep going towards the storm drain.
Following.
They seem pretty.
I'm being carried, so I'm just along for the ride.
Well, wait up! I
Mozzi's
still
just
need.
like,
I still
Bubba,
need your name.
We should help.
We should help them.
We should help. Yes.
Well, I need his help anyway. So
All right.
if I help him now, he might be inclined to help me in the future.
We scratch his back, he scratches ours. You know.
Oh.
Yeah.
Are you two coming or what?
Coming.
The emergency food supply is right. Let's go.
Don't let that man come near me. That turtle, I don't trust him.
Right, of course.
Raska's good. Raska's good company. Promise.
Oh, I won't eat.
Agreed. He's a good man. All right.
So you follow them. You are, Deckard. You are mission determined. You've spotted your hunt. It's time to close in. You all approach the storm drain. You look down into complete and utter darkness.
Do I see can I see like a torch or anything nearby?
You have one in your equipment.
No.
I can actually
do I.
use my wild touch.
You all do.
As do I, yes.
I can produce a small flame and help light everyone's torches.
Oh,
That's really dope.
Yep.
Thank you.
thanks.
So I take the lit torch and I just throw it down the storm drain.
Okay. It drops down 10 to 12 feet. And then goes out. It's about, I don't know, 6 to 8 inches of water at the bottom.
Hey, he's wet down there.
Astute observation, my friend. I was just seeing if there was anything I could see by dropping the flame in.
It smells like there's good fertilizer down there.
You're gonna love it.
Did you see something?
A lot
That's
of
a great question.
a lot of brick and stone, some like moss and vines growing on the inside from the moisture, and then indeed some water at the bottom. Your torch isn't all the way out. There's a little bit of like red glow left to it, but when it hit the water, it mostly did go out. You can see like it's a storm drain, so you can't really see much in either direction, but you don't see any movement. You see some old piping, kind of throughout underneath. It's you're able to drop down. It's not that far. It'll hurt you.
So I drop down into the storm drain.
So you see the cloak and the top hat drop down.
Top hat stays on the whole time.
Oh yeah, perfectly.
Yes.
No
Big
Indiana Jones
splash
here.
on the landing. The rest you do?
Raska flips his lever on his back so his cape, retracts back up in there, and then he takes a swan dive right in there.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bubba just hops. He just hops down in.
Okay.
Well, I guess it's just you and me. Let's go.
Clarinda's gonna climb down carefully while holding Mozzi.
Very nice. Cool. So,
I retrieve my torch and just put it in my magical bag of holding that every character has.
100%.
You have one too.
Do you need me to relight it?
It's a little wet. I doubt it will relight.
Well, I got one you can borrow for the time being if need be.
I mean, you could take point.
I
I
put my light in my flame and I just touch it.
take point. Well, the thing is, like, you seem well equipped for the matter at hand.
Thought so.
And oh, she's upstairs. Found her. You seem well equipped for the matter at hand, and I'm just gonna let you take the lead if that's okay.
All right, that's fair. Yes, Clarinda, want to say something?
No.
Oh,
Clarinda pulls her hood down.
Very nice. So,
onward.
you have a torch.
Yes,
You press on, leading the charge,
Saw cleaver in hand.
as we see some, like, of the cloth and the lighter fluid drip off the torch into the water below, singeing out. See the torch glow on the side of your face as the rest of you follow behind.
Mazy, would it be okay for you to walk? I might need my
Yes,
weapon.
absolutely. I was going to suggest it.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
put her
that's
down
fine.
and grab my axe.
You draw your double-bladed great axe.
Battle axe. Ugh.
Are you
Amazing.
pulling your axe out? You think it's gonna get dicey down here?
what is your name?
Well, I'm Bubba. It's nice to meet you, sir.
Bubba. I just told you. We are fighting. We're looking for something that rips the skin off of its victims and wears it.
Yeah, but we haven't seen it yet, so I'm inclined not to believe that, because that's absolutely terrifying. So until that actually happens, I'm just gonna pretend like we're just on a little adventure. Is that all right?
I'd say we have about a 45% chance of survival.
And
Ooh,
how'd
I
you,
like those odds.
how'd you get that number? Where'd you pull that from?
She
I
hasn't
read it.
seen me fight.
I read it in a book once.
You read it? Well, that's good to know. Okay. All right, Specs, if you say so.
Sidebar. It's almost 10. Do we want to press on?
Yes.
We got nowhere to be.
You kidding me? We're about to get.
You want to get into it?
We're in
We're
a.
about to have our first combat.
We're
of
in
the
a.
campaign.
We're in a sewer, dog. We're going. We're pulling.
All right.
Do it. Do it. Do it. Chew it.
Edit it
Do it. Do it.
out.
Do there, please.
Sidebar.
Do we need a clap again?
No, I've got my edit notes. You can.
On go.
Blue 42.
Grenade.
So, as you head on in further down the sewers, I mentioned the piping that goes around. Most of it's kind of along your kind of ceiling where you are. I'm gonna spend a fear. And I'm gonna add Skin Ripper's experience of Sneak Slash,
Love that.
and you're gonna hear ding, 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 off in the darkness, and you're gonna hear a slash coming overhead as it slashes one of the steam pipes. Deckard, give me kind of the who's in line.
I'm in front.
Who's
I'm next to
behind?
Clarinda.
Who's following Deckard? Raska?
Yeah.
You can't see Raska.
Love that.
I am.
Cause shadows.
I'll be behind you because I was like right.
He's
I was talking with
close.
you right up close. So.
Raska is the shadow.
Yeah.
Oh my
okay.
God. Ninja Turtles live in the sewer.
It's all coming together now.
Oh my
The
God.
whole point of the entire night. Okay.
Teenage
Yes!
Teenage heroes in action.
Turtle power.
Come on, baby. Does 13 beat your evasions?
Yeah.
Just beats mine.
What's your evasion?
13.
Okay.
Meat to beat.
Yep.
Ah. Poopy.
The steam sprays out from the pipe overhead, and you all take 4 points of physical damage, which is probably in y'all's minors.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh,
So
man.
you can either
one.
take the hit point or mark an armor to soak it.
Ouch.
Level 1 is rough, isn't it? 5 hit points.
So, you all get hit with this searing hot steam. You hear kind of the ting 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 back off into the darkness. What do you guys want to do? How do you spot this thing? It's up to you.
You
Can do like
do you get a hope when you roll a crit? Or no?
you gain a hope and it's clear stress. Sorry, I should have said that. Sorry.
I was wondering. So I get my other one back.
Yep.
Which is fine because I'm just going to spend it again anyways. To use my tracking experience again to see if I see it.
I have my Lost in the Fog experience also. Might use that so I can
Okay.
locate it.
Try to track it.
Yeah.
The way that would work, if you guys want to do like a group roll, is
Yeah.
you would pick someone to lead the charge, Deckard or Raska, whatever.
What's your instinct?
My instinct
0.
Well,
is 0 as well.
So is mine.
I have a +2.
well, you would add a +2 for your experience, of course. So you
True,
would.
yeah, so
Yeah.
I guess it'd be 2 then.
So
yeah,
probably,
true.
Probably
It's
you
up to
then.
you.
Choose yours.
Yeah.
Lost in the
let's do
fog.
it. Yep.
We're in a dark
So the way it would work is
place.
you roll an instinct roll, and then
Okay.
add your instinct mod, which is 0,
Yep.
and your experience, which is +2.
Okay.
Whoever wants to help, you would roll. You would spend a hope. Roll a d6.
Okay.
He has to spend a hope to use his experience as well.
Yes, thank you. Spend
What's
a
up?
hope to use your experience.
Oh, right.
Now, if more than one of you are going to help, say you two are going to help, you both spend a hope to help, both roll a d6. You would just take the highest,
Of
D6.
the number. Okay.
the one highest.
Well,
Got
it's
it.
not gonna be mine.
It's not going to be mine.
Oh, well then I got
Oh,
a
boy.
2.
I got a 1.
Oh,
So it will be
So
mine.
so it's another +2 then.
Yeah.
Okay.
So 15. So it'd be 17 with hope.
Nice.
Take that hope back.
Boop.
And you spent your hope.
Yes.
You spent your hope.
Yes.
Great. Cool.
Yeah.
So, just as effectively, real quick, you're cloaked.
Yes.
I read up on that recently, but I have completely forgotten it.
Okay.
Attaboy.
Can you read cloaked to me?
Yes.
It's basically your hidden feature for rogue.
Right. I noticed they switched it up from hidden to cloaked. So
Yes.
anytime you would be hidden, you are instead cloaked. In addition to the benefits of the hidden condition, while cloaked, you remain unseen if you are stationary when an adversary moves to where they would normally see you. After you make an attack or end a move within line of sight of an adversary, you are no longer cloaked.
What happens if you're no longer cloaked? To make you no longer cloaked? Read that last part again.
Oh, after you make an attack or end a move within line of sight of an adversary.
So in order to be cloaked, you have to
add it
be
to this.
stationary, correct?
That's what I was
that's if you-
trying to figure out with that, because being different from hidden, it seems like when you're cloaked, I just figured as long as the adversary isn't in you, like you're not in the adversary's line of sight, you're hidden. So I just figured you could move as long as you're not within his line of sight. That's what I was
Yeah.
wondering.
Which is nice.
Yeah. Sorry, read the first part for me again.
While you're doing that, I'm gonna go take her out one more time.
Okay.
So anytime you would be hidden, you are instead cloaked. In addition to the benefits of the hidden condition, while cloaked, you remain unseen if you are stationary when an adversary moves to where they would normally see you.
Okay. So, hidden is defined as such. While you're out of sight from all foes, you can typically use an action to gain the hidden condition. In certain situations, the GM may ask for a roll, usually finesse or agility, to become hidden instead. Does Rogue tell you if you can get hidden without needing a roll?
Let me see.
It should either be under the Rogue class or your subclass.
Yeah, I'm looking. I'm trying to get the detail page. Here we go. We're out of sight from all foes, and they don't know where you are. You gain the hidden condition. While hidden, any rolls against you have disadvantage. After an adversary moves to where they would see you, you move into their line of sight, or you make an attack. You are no longer hidden.
So it sounds like for you,
Puppy power.
For you can just get hidden without needing a roll,
That's what I was thinking.
as long as they can't see you.
Right. But it just seems weird why it would add just saying anytime you would be hidden, you are instead cloaked. It doesn't sound like you have to do anything. It's
It basically means consider yourself cloaked
Yeah.
if you're stationary.
Yes.
Anytime you would be hidden, you're instead cloaked. In addition to the benefits of the hidden condition, which mean rolls against you have disadvantage when you move into sight of a foe or make an attack while hidden, or when an enemy moves somewhere they can see you, you're no longer hidden. However, this is the comma but.
Yeah.
As a rogue, it should say when an enemy moves somewhere they can see you, you're no longer hidden.
Right.
Except when you're a rogue,
Yeah.
you're cloaked
Right.
as long as you're completely still, stationary.
Got
As soon
it.
as you move, you're no longer cloaked, but you could still be considered hidden
Yeah.
unless, like, they can basically see you move now
Right.
if they are looking right at you.
But they couldn't necessarily make out where you are, per se.
If they're looking at you.
If they are looking at
Yes.
you. Okay.
The hidden condition is only when you're out of sight from all foes.
Okay.
So if they're not looking at you, you're hidden.
Yeah. Honestly, if the
Now, with where the rogue comes in to reiterate,
Yeah.
if they're not looking at you, you're hidden.
Yeah.
If it looks straight at you and you're not moving, they still can't see you because of cloaked.
Okay.
But if they look right at you, if you weren't a rogue and you spent an action to gain the hidden condition, if any of them wanted to, like, I want to get hidden. Okay, well, I'm going to ask for a finesse roll to hide.
Ah. Okay.
For you, if you're like, I want to get hidden, I would say, how do you do that? You basically just need to make sure you're out of sight from all foes. If you're standing perfectly still and a foe sees you, you're still hidden, which is how you differ from everyone else.
Okay.
From everyone else, if they succeed on their finesse rolls and they become hidden,
Yeah.
if a foe looks right at them, there you are, I see you. You hid, but I found you.
Right.
Where you're different is, you hid, you're not moving, I looked right at you, but I still can't see you.
Right.
So you're cloaked.
Okay.
It's an enhanced hidden,
Yeah.
as long as you're stationary.
That was the only part of the changes with my abilities I was a little confused about.
Now,
All right.
the interesting thing about this, though, they added cloaked to sneak attack.
Yep.
So follow the principle. If you succeed on an attack while cloaked, meaning as long as you're stationary, you could stand in melee range of an enemy right in front of them, and they won't attack you.
Yeah.
They won't see you. When you succeed on an attack while cloaked or while an ally is within melee range of your target, add a number of d6s equal to your tier, which right now is 1.
Yep.
So this allows sneak attack to be done whether or not an ally is within melee range. as
Right.
long as you're stationary, and we're already hidden.
Yeah.
That's the caveat. You have to have already been hidden,
Yeah.
which for you shouldn't be that hard to do.
Right.
You just have to announce it, though.
You gotta describe how you do it.
Yeah, you have to, like, remember, like, oh, I gotta be hidden in order to do this.
Yeah.
Now, since you're in the sewers, I would say that every so often is another storm drain, letting light in. So as long as you're in between those,
Yeah.
you're hidden. If you stop moving, you're cloaked.
Okay.
So, you made an instinct roll.
Mm-hmm.
And you got a 17
17.
with
Hope.
hope. Did you take your hope?
I did take my
Beautiful. And that was to
locate the
locate the skin ripper.
Yep.
You heard its directional, like it slashed, and then you were one of the ones that picked up the kind of the claw marks it made, the sound, leading away from the steam as everyone else kind of retorted because of that. You were able to focus in on that.
Yeah.
And it essentially crawled on the ceiling past you quickly, slashed the pipe above you, and is now behind you, and has stopped in between where you guys dropped down and the storm drain before it. So it's in between those two spots, kind of in the shadows between,
Okay.
and it has stopped there.
And Raska go cloaked.
Freeze.
Yep.
Okay.
Melt into the darkness.
And you all freak out because your friend just disappeared now.
Shelly, where'd you go?
Already gone. Typical.
Typical turtle.
Typical male turtle.
Do you report that to them?
Guys. He's right there. I point.
I
next to
turn
me.
and do I see him?
Between the two storm drains, it's the light is just a beam from storm drain to storm drain, and it's really dark in between. At the moment, you do not see it.
Okay.
Here, plant chick, take my torch, light it on fire, real quick. Do it.
Yeah.
Do it.
I thought I'd done that before we left.
No, we didn't do this one. We just did the one before that. Do it.
Okay.
You had said you were going to light everybody's, but we
Yeah.
just lit Deckard's, I
Yeah.
think.
Okay. I take my torch. I chuck it. And all the way.
And as it lands, clink, clink, it lights up this creature that has just dropped down, and it just lets out these long bony arms with these claws just towards all of you guys.
I shoot it.
Well,
All right, make an attack.
That is. Ugh. That is 7 with fear.
yeah, no
Okay.
shot.
Oops.
Ooh.
It's all right.
Your torch is really bright.
At the sight of this creature letting out its arms, again that feeling of like unfamiliar territory for you, which is a rarity in situations like this. I mean, this is your territory. This is what you're used to. But you're not used to this feeling of not being 2 steps ahead. And you take out your revolver and you shoot, and it lets out the loud sound that reverberates in the small space that you're in. You fire towards it, and it goes just past it, ricocheting, hitting another steam pipe behind it, letting off the steam, which causes it to attempt a frightful lunge. Who was at the back of everybody?
Us.
It's going to attempt a frightful lunge at Clarinda.
Nice.
And it is going to leap. See here. Okay. I'm assuming a 20 beats your evasion.
Yeah.
Jeez,
Okay. It's going to it's gonna, like, at the sound of the gunfire and then the steam, it's gonna and it's gonna lunge out towards you. Again, this thing is very fast, and with its big long claws, it's gonna lunge at you and grab you around the torso and begin to squeeze.
Ow.
And it's going to do. Nope. D8 go. There it is. It's going to do 13 points of physical damage,
Okay.
and it's going to mark a stress
Okay.
to sorry. It's going to mark a stress to begin to dig with its claws and rip. And you are temporarily vulnerable.
When that happens, because I see the friend who was nice enough to carry me, I'm going to cast Vicious Entangle again
Okay.
to try to restrain it so you guys can try to kill
Do it. Make spellcast.
Okay, so that's a 17 with hope.
That hits. Take that hope. It's a great roll.
And that does temporarily restrain the target. And then let me do the damage for that.
You have to mark a stress for the damage.
No, I do not. At least it doesn't tell me I have to.
I thought it was mark stress
To do the D8 or whatever.
to entangle other people besides one.
That's to spend a hope.
That's
I
been a hope.
I have to spend a hope to do that.
Fantastic.
So I do not have anything for my damage except my damage.
Okay. Great.
My dice is where?
Beautiful. It's great.
There we go. No, that's not it either. Where's my D8? Oh, there it is, right in front of my face.
I'm gonna,
Oh, 8
I'm gonna initiate a countdown.
plus 1, so that's
for you,
9.
Clarinda.
9 points of damage.
Ew.
So as this is happening, I want Bubba's gonna be hopping through, trying to get behind, essentially trying to escape from the sewer, right? Because this is totally unfamiliar for him. He's got no idea what's going on. He didn't come here for this, right? So Bubba's making his way, bouncing back. He sees that this creature is entangled, and he's like, well, shoot, if he's entangled, I could probably just step on back and get up out of that sewer system. Maybe I can get the fresh air. We can... It's worth a shot. So he's just starting to hop back. Bump, bump, bump. He hops behind, and now he's sitting behind this creature.
Behind the skin ripper? Okay. Is there anything else you want to do? Or do you just want to position yourself?
I just want to position myself at the moment.
Okay, great.
Close to where we entered in. Like,
Did
I'm
you...
like right underneath it.
You might have already said, I'm sorry. How do you get around it? Do you go around long ways or do you go up and over?
Just like around the side.
Give me a...
He's entangled, right?
Oh yeah, he's restrained.
That's
Is that
Temporarily.
AoE?
It just says.
It's just on the target, right?
Yeah, it just says on the
Okay.
target.
So you where are you restrained? Okay. Condition that keeps the target from moving.
Mm-hmm.
Restrained.
Temporarily restrained.
Okay. So he is restrained. Still working on you. You've positioned behind him.
Yeah.
So he's not going to attack.
And I'm just like the entire time, nope, I ain't signed up for this. No way, no sir, no thank you.
Okay.
Oh, you child.
Excuse me, what do you mean? What do you mean, child? Look at this. You do something then if you're so tough.
Oh, I am so sorry. A very close range. It's probably to where it landed with you. Probably everyone, maybe except you. I'd say you're 10 feet away from it.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's at the edge of very close.
Yeah.
It has a feature called Terrifying. Every time this creature makes a successful attack, all PCs within very close range lose 1 hope.
Oh.
I'm so glad that I gained 1 to lose it. That's fun.
Welcome to Deckard.
Yeah.
Now, with Lost in the Fog, that also helps against like fear. Would that qualify with this, or is that a different?
That's so experiences are only tied to like ability checks,
Okay.
so it wouldn't mitigate like damage or in any way.
Fair enough.
So, yep.
All right.
So all that hope. Turn is yours.
Who hasn't attacked yet?
I haven't yet.
I shot.
I'm holding it for somebody to get it.
That's right. You are holding it.
And I hit it.
What do
So
you think, Shelly?
I'm running away.
I'm gonna sneak. I'm gonna sneak attack on it.
Okay.
So, all right.
So add a d6 to your attack roll.
D6 to attack roll. Okay. I thought it was just
Is
for
it?
damage. Let me see.
Let's read it.
Yeah, it says add a number of D6 equal to the tier to your damage roll.
Okay.
Do you have to attack first, though?
So you
Yeah, I
still
think
you'll
so.
still see if it hits.
Yep.
So on a success, you'll add a d6 to your damage.
Now, since I'm attacking with cutlass and small dagger, I would add the +1 presence and +2 finesse to the. Or do I do 2 separate rolls?
If you want to hit it with both weapons,
Yes.
your small dagger has a modifier
Yep. +2
Plus-
finesse. Yep.
+2.
Yep.
So you would roll your damage with your primary weapon as usual.
Okay.
So it uses finesse, right?
Yes.
Or does it use your primary weapon?
Cutlass use presence. That's
So you would
+1.
roll 2d12s
Yep.
plus your presence.
Got
Yeah,
it.
you're right. So and then your small dagger with that modifier too.
Okay. So it's just 2 separate rolls and do the
one roll.
modifier. It's all one roll. Okay.
One roll
All right.
with the modifiers.
Got. That's 12 with hope.
Okay, so go ahead and take your hope.
All right.
Unfortunately, it does not hit. So you you step out of the shadows and with a flourish slash with both weapons. However, with the loss of that hope and the frightening just presence of this creature, it manages to kind of like use the vines to its advantage and position itself in such a way that you hit more vine than anything in your attack, dealing no damage to the creature.
Barnacles.
I'm gonna tick down, and that was with hope,
Yes.
correct? Okay.
I'm gonna hit it with my saw cleaver.
All right, make an attack.
Hold on, I've got to make sure I've got all my modifiers that I get.
It should be on your card, the trait.
Yeah, I'm just looking. Because I also found my combat training warrior class feature, which also adds a bonus equal to my level for damage. So that's cool.
Sick.
Yeah.
To your damage?
To my
Dang.
damage, yeah.
Okay.
Alright, so right now it is just strength. Yeah, just strength. That's what, buddy?
It's what?
I said, guess what, buddy?
Is that a crit?
That is a crit.
Are you
Oh my
serious?
gosh.
Seriously. Double fives.
Love it.
Take a hope.
You lucky dog.
Remove a stress.
Clear none of your stress.
Yeah,
You
right.
have.
You have negative stress now.
He's cool as a cucumber dog.
And your damage is what?
1d8 plus 4 physical.
So roll normal and then add 8.
So wait.
So roll your d8,
Okay.
add 4, then add 8.
And then also add 1.
Add 1 for your. Yep.
Yep. Okay, so I've got 5 plus 4 plus 9 plus 8 is 17 plus 1 is 18.
Okay, that's severe damage.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Oh, I should have done the quick shot thing. Oh, well.
Alright, okay.
Was that a saw cleaver?
Yes.
Okay.
I imagine it's like the weapon from.
It's not the weapon from 40K.
No.
No, it's not a chain sword.
Okay.
Years of war.
Crit, dude. Okay.
When after I see Deckard do it, and I see Bubba continuing just to stand there, in position,
How'd you
and my
like that,
poor friend
Bubba?
pleading, it makes me pretty upset. So I just go over and I hit it. I try to hit it with my short staff
Okay.
because I crit.
Let's go!
Yeah.
This other one's gonna take it on. I might.
I don't know.
What's your damage on your short staff?
1d8 plus 1.
So roll your normal damage, then add your max die. So add 8. I just picture like when like Baby Groot was like running with the
That's
stick.
11.
11 damage.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's exactly how I pictured too.
Wow, guys, y'all are wrecking. It's going to
I
It's
go for the eyes.
going to mark a stress to soak one of those, and use its flesh suit as kind of like a living shield.
Yes, gross.
And I will say, back-to-back crits. You're no longer vulnerable.
Yay! Work
And
together on that one.
It, like, pulls its claws out of you. I mean, it still hurts. They're like needles.
Ow.
Pulls its claws out of you and kind of retorts back. I'm going to spend a fear for it to break free from its restraints from the vines as it takes this damage to it. I'm going to spend another fear for it to... Why is this not going? For it to use its agility and strength to try and leap away with what flesh it still has left.
Okay. It's in very close range to me, right? Or melee range?
Very close.
Because I was...
You're like right on the edge of close.
Well, I
10
moved
feet.
to it to hit
Oh,
it.
you did? Okay, then you're
Yeah.
if you move to it, you're melee.
Okay.
Push out.
So it's trying to move, right?
It's trying to run away.
Okay.
Crap! No! It just hit me!
An adversary within melee range attempts to leave that range. Make a reaction roll using a trait of my choice
Why me?
against their difficulty. Choose one effect on a success or 2 if I critically succeed. There's 3 options here for me. Okay.
And I mean, that's pretty good odds for a crit at this
Okay,
point.
so I'm going to use my strength
One freaking build has opportunity.
to try to stop him. Or to react to him. That's on damage dice. That doesn't count. I only rolled a 6 with hope.
Okay, so take the hope. It doesn't hit because of its speed. It just narrowly misses. It spins around to lunge directly at you. What do you do?
I take, after seeing what the wonderful little plant lady could do,
All heart, man.
I'm not gonna get showed up by a little plant.
No.
You know. So at this moment in
Stories
time,
to tell Bubba Joe or whatever his name was, Jim Bob.
Jim Bob, if I'm here, I'm here to do something. I'm gonna do it right.
Yeah.
So I pull out my small dagger as it's running towards me, and I shift to the side while it's running towards me, and I try to slice around and slice across like its chest. Like it's coming towards me, I like duck to the side and try to slice.
Amazing. Yes, thank you. On crits, gain hope, clear stress. I keep forgetting to call it. Because there's just been so many crits flying around.
No, I wanted to.
You get a crit. You get a crit. So make your attack.
Okay. That's a 13 with hope.
Okay. Man, nobody's rolling with fear. So
Oh, darn.
I haven't rolled yet.
take
Just you wait.
as you.
Oh, sorry, 14 plus 1. My apologies. 14.
Okay. Is that your trait mod?
Am I on drugs? What is this? What's my It's 12.
Just kidding.
What trait does your weapon use? Your dagger?
Finesse.
Finesse.
It's
okay.
the number is 12.
Okay. But with hope.
Yes.
All right, so take your hope. As you narrowly dodge its lunge and go to stick it with your dagger, you make contact and your blade digs in. Yeah, I got it! As it darts past you, you pull your dagger up and there's just this flesh patch that you manage to pull off of it.
Ew.
Does that count?
Very good hit.
Hey, all right.
It is currently fleeing.
I'm gonna then cast Vicious Entangle again
Okay.
to try to keep it there.
And that's up to far range.
Yes.
Okay, it is closing in on far range.
It's a 9 with hope. Actually, excuse me. 11 with hope because of my spellcast roll.
Okay. Once again, take that hope.
Yeah.
And you guys see like all the way down this watery kind of path in the middle, these little vines, like this row of vines like going, and it's catching up. And just as your vines shoot up and stop in the air, it manages to get just past them.
Shoot.
You heard her?
What was the range?
Oh,
Yeah.
The range
Anyways,
for
I
the
just
vicious
started
entangle,
blasting.
Like from where I am.
it had just entered very far range.
It just from me, from where I am. Boo.
No, far.
Still boo.
Oh, are you gonna throw your axe at
I
it?
sure was.
so anyways, I started blasting.
And I'll say, like, you guys are just catching, like, it's like visage as it's darting from beam of light, storm drain to storm drain, as it's going in and out of light all the way down. And it's like jumping on the wall and then jumping down, not unlike some of the werewolves you've hunted. Were you going to do something?
Yeah.
Shoot.
If it's far, can I cast Bolt Beacon?
Yes, please.
God.
Bolt Beacon.
10 with hope.
Oh.
You get a hope. You guys are getting hopes everywhere, man. Nobody's rolling with fear. As you see Bubba pull the dagger with the flesh on it. Oh. And then you see Mazy slam her hand down and vines go from it. And you lunge your bolt towards it. All these objects heading in its direction is just too fast.
I shoot it.
And one last ditch effort, your cloaked companion steps forward, and what you see just over your shoulder is the metallic sheen of his revolver and his scarred arm as he leans down to take a shot. It's for all the beans, Mr. Crit.
I have to see.
Will you check this man's homework?
I moved it, no, because I was happy.
Is it a crit?
There's double tens.
Will you? I want you to keep an eye. I'm going to put a GoPro on you.
Go ahead.
believe
Go
him.
ahead.
I believe you.
I also
Go ahead.
There's no way that's a crit.
There was. Swear.
Swear.
I think those are your dice.
I
from
bought
now
you
on.
dice. They're coming tomorrow. No, I'm just kidding.
We bought them at the cursed dice.
That's
shop.
crazy.
It's 3 for me tonight.
That's amazing. This is your best game ever, and it's the first one of the campaign.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Take a hope. Clear all that stress you've gained.
Oh, okay.
As you cast Bolt Beacon, and you guys are just left standing there watching this thing hurl away from light to light, make your damage. It's a D8 plus 4, right?
No, it's a D6 plus 1.
Oh, that's right. It's your revolver.
Yep.
But do you still add your +1 mod to it, or is that just?
So it'd be 1d6 plus 1 plus 1.
Okay.
So plus 2. So 7 damage.
+6 because you critted.
Yeah.
Plus 6, yeah. So
So it's
13
8
damage.
plus. Well, what did you roll?
I rolled a 5.
So it's 8 plus 5, 13.
Yeah.
So you see it dart from light to light through the storm drains, leaving chunks of flesh in its wake, gunning towards its next victim, with vines shooting up, fleshy dagger. Raska's nowhere to be seen. And
Yeah, he left.
In the shadow.
and the bolt, as you watch the Skin Ripper run from light to dark to light to dark, you only see it in the light. Your bolt beacon's doing the opposite. It's lighting up the shadows in between, giving you clear view just long enough as this beacon is trying to catch up to the Skin Ripper. I can see it now in the shadows. You see the sheen of the revolver come past over your shoulder.
Sorry about your hearing.
What?
Deckard, the floor is yours on how you kill this thing. I know I just painted a pretty cool picture. However, walk me through what's going through Deckard's psyche as this hunt is about to get away from him for the second time.
So he is not ready to let this thing go. He's going to kill it. He has to. And as he sees, the bolt beacon flying in the light, he's timing it as it goes. And he turns into the light coming from the storm drain. Moonlight reflecting off the monocle. Just trains his sight in, smiles, fires. Catching it right in the back of the head.
Nice.
And it's such a good shot that it goes through the back of the head and out of its gaping mouth. And you even hear the bullet ping off the bricks ahead of it. As its body runs for just an extra second and then staggers down to a slow and then falls into the water with a big splash. Skin Ripper's dead.
All in a day's work.
Raska looks the body.
What?
He's a
He
pirate.
disappears from the shower, from the shadows.
From the shower. He took a shower down there.
He disappears from the shadows right above its dead body already.
Yoink.
Yeah, this is exactly where I was trying to find you, D-Man. You gotta understand, you've got a very specific set of skills.
Can
Some
we
say it makes it a hassle, people.
can we tell if this is like its lair or if it's like this is just where we happen to follow it?
It's an endless sewer from end to end, straight line. You don't see anything else. You don't see any other flesh remnants or anything, any signs like that. It was simply doing what it instinctually does by looking for a hideout to assimilate its new flesh.
Me and Clarinda were reading. It would just go here because it's remote. No one comes here.
Fair
It had to
enough.
hibernate.
to meld with its new skin.
Ew.
Yes.
It's gross.
What do y'all do now?
I don't know what that thing is that you have, but it was really cool.
What? My gun.
Yeah, I've never seen that before.
Oh. You want to try it?
Can I?
Oh boy.
Yes. All right. So, you're gonna turn away from us. All right.
Okay.
There you go.
For a second, I pointed at you.
No.
I turned my back.
Turn it down the
Okay.
hallway.
Okay.
Gently squeeze the trigger. Don't yank it. Don't pull it. Squeeze.
Give me a finesse roll. As this revolver shoots you.
It's like since they're flying back.
Okay. Oh, it's a crit.
Bam!
It's, I kid you not, it's double nines.
That's amazing.
And plus,
Yeah, there's something on this
plus
side of the
one.
table
I
tonight.
know. What's going on?
Clearly.
You killed a crocodile.
I almost have full hope. It's great.
So Mazy was fascinated by Deckard's revolver and wanted to try it out. She just critted on her finesse roll to fire the revolver.
I let her try it. My ears.
So, as he hands you the revolver, it's just like, oh, heavier than I thought. You just like lift it up, and do you aim it at the dead skin ripper?
Yeah. Well, first I aimed it at Raska.
At Raska, yeah.
He talked about eating me, and that
That's
made
right.
me upset.
And he turned his back.
And
Yeah,
if
he turned his shell.
he's
Wow.
lucky I didn't try to shoot him because I got a crit, but I didn't. So I went for the dead skin ripper, and my
Your
pot
backup
shoes.
character ready?
My pot shoes helped me to stay perfectly level, so I felt very. And I did take instruction very well, but I shot him right in the face.
The skin ripper?
Yeah.
So as you plant your pots, one just behind the other,
Yeah.
you just kind of like aim down the sights, and it kind of like whoa, 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 and you kind of catch your balance, and you all watch as the bullet hits the carcass and just kind of like splits off. This flesh and blood like just splats against the wall.
Hey.
Like a dandelion flower. Just, the seeds and they go everywhere. It's just like that.
I was using that. What can I salvage from it now? It's gone.
It doesn't need its face. And I gently hand you back the gun.
Thank you.
Should hang it off the front of your boat like the the mermaids.
Yeah.
Bubba just stands there in shock. Like his mouth agape, his tongue rolls out of his mouth, hanging lowly.
Amazing.
Just, what did I get myself into?
So where do you all head to now from the sewers?
I would imagine we leave the sewers.
Yeah.
As you all crawl out, the sound of the gunfire was you emerge to realize that like nobody's paying attention. The sound of the gunfire was masked by the sound of fireworks kicking off the annual March of Merchants.
Perfect
Oh
timing.
no, I missed it.
Your booth is set up. The pots and what was it, petunias?
Pots and Paisleys.
Thank you. As you head off into the early morning, it's that chilly morning air. The sun hasn't quite come up yet, but there's enough light here that that kind of illuminates the area, and there's certainly like some fireworks going off, kicking off the march. As the area is now becoming just bustling with people eager to enjoy the festivities, with the shops and the vendor tents and just wares of all kinds across blocks and blocks in the city of Thrill, taking place on this very morning. And it's also it's a march that lasts anywhere from like an entire day, and it's even been known to carry on throughout an entire weekend. I will remind you that there is a hunter safe house in Thrill. If you want to hunker down in the city and kind of...
Yeah, that's kind of like my place, right?
It's your go-to spot.
Yeah.
You can head there to kind of hunker down for free, or you can spend some of your coin and find a neutral place within the city.
Didn't he leave me a spot in Thrill? Didn't we establish that?
That was the original plan, and
Okay.
then I think what it ended up being is you kind of more or less left him a spot.
Oh, okay.
It's a hunter safe house that no one really knows about at the moment except for the two of you.
Gotcha.
So it's like guild owned.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's no one else there, though.
At the safe house,
Well, there is at least one person there.
there's whoever you want there to be there.
Exactly right. I've got one thing in mind, but I haven't done them yet.
Okay. Do you want to
Let's not go there then.
take your companions to the safe house, or do you want to kind of avoid that situation for the moment?
This humidity is making my fro a lot bigger than usual. It's like out to here
I
now.
suppose we could stick around for the parade for a minute, but I do have a safe house here if you'll need a rest. And you were looking for me, so we should discuss that at some point. Probably best to do with the safe house.
Yeah, I agree. The safer the better. This sunshine feels good though. I am cold-blooded after all.
So as you all kind of head into the greater Thrill with people emerging of all kinds, walks of life, all areas of the entire planet, kind of taking a moment to come to grips with what just happened, document it, and maybe get to know one another. You share this experience, and maybe you're all kind of feeling a mutual sense of, you can see what happened to a victim before they died. You're a capable killer. You could talk yourself out of a sticky situation. You can throw an axe, and you can become the shadows. You all bring something to the table in addition to your wealth of knowledge, your adept seafaring. You all have multiple things that each of you could survive with and benefit from. And so that gives you a sense of maybe we ought to kind of see where this goes. Stick together. Certainly in the march of merchants, as you try to sell your pots, make some extra coin for the group. The next night, a safer Thrill sleeps peacefully among the shingled rooftops overlooking the city. A newspaper is caught on the edge of one of the houses, blowing in the breeze. It now reads, "The killer has been killed and the city is thrilled." Goes on to read, "There's a new beat in town
No more chill.
as the captain of Thrill rewards the mysterious troop for their act of bravery, if you so choose to come forward with what happened." So, you have two paths come next time. You can either make known the threat, or, and be rewarded with some notoriety, or you can keep it quiet. Keep the reality of that creature hidden for fear of exposing the guild. The path is yours. But that is a path we shall go on next week. As we leave it here.
Yeah.
Yay! Good job, guys.
Yay, good work. Man,
Love it.
Y'all,
that's how you kick off a campaign.
that was so great, everybody.
That was so much fun.
Yeah.
That was fantastic.
That was fun.
Everyone
I agree.
did absolutely fantastic.
Exemplary work,
Says the crit master.
my friends. Yeah. Yeah, for real.
Bro, 3 crits. I'm never going to get a crit again. Watch. I'm never going to get a crit
You
again.
small up.
Like the
first
entire
night.
campaign. Never again.
Thank you for joining us on this week's episode. Listen in next week as we continue on our Daggerheart adventure.